you got 2G2 and almost no one in net. Power got back in time as G2 still are finding that perfect footing to get organized. I think G2 are known to be striking early, and they're still finding that perfect pace. Daniel, there's no stopping him though.
He's just locked in. Look at this clean catch and then continuation by Daniel. I mean, that is a super difficult touch to make in the air, just taking all the power off the ball while bringing it under control like that. And while Power tried to get something of an attack started, they just concede one more. Now, they did drop game 1 to Gen G yesterday. This isn't the end of the world for Power. They were able to come back, win that series. Clear issues early on, though. They're not able to break down G2's defense. And that has been the problem for a lot of teams this season in RLCS. G2, I think, unanimously considered the best defensive team. Holding teams to low scores, even no goals sometimes, often. And in this case, they've only conceded 1 in game 1.
3-1 for G2 in game 1, as you said. And I felt like Power were more toe-to-toe at the start of the game, like not letting Daniel dribble across the field. That was a nice start, not allowing too much freedom on the ball, but then Power started leaning more and more back, letting G2 get these passes and these double tap attempts, and a lot of shots registered on the G2 Stride side as a result of that.
Yeah, G2 are really able to box Power in for a lot of their goals. The initial goal that they got, you know, there's just scramble after scramble, and Fever couldn't get a good clear on that. It was a bad touch by Fever to center the ball for the opponents. And same idea here, you know, Beast Mode outplaying 1, but the follow-up is G2 ball. They keep getting there first every time a ball spills loose to the edge of the box.
And G2, I think, have started to find that tempo that's really worked for them. Obviously, the offenses are kicking Power in the teeth a bit, and you're starting to see that G2 form that we're more and more used to. I don't think this is anywhere near the G2 peak, and they're definitely respecting Power and catching them in their weaker moments. Yeah,
they are. And G2 can obviously peak extremely high. They tend to build up as the tournaments have gone on this year in RLCS, saving the best until last when it comes to playoffs. But they do need a good performance here, and they're so far showing a good performance. We already know what Power can do. It's going to be G2 with a half-flip kickoff that Power utilized yesterday. Awesome to see all these teams utilizing this, just leaving the ball. And, you know, be careful. If you're going to try this at home, you do want to have comms. Because sometimes your teammates just get very confused and annoyed when you do anything that isn't meta.
Yeah, G2 are just one of the most cohesive, structured teams, so them going for more and more demos, especially Atomic, tells me that they're trying to test what Power can do on the structure side. Are the gears still turning when they're a man down, and what decisions do they make in the moments of those demos? You know, I'm seeing Power try to respond with demo for demo, fight fire with fire, but G2 don't look as perturbed. Now Beast Mode plays the 50 against Fever. Daniel in the midfield. G2 swarming the net, looking for bumps, forcing Power to be really scared on their half.
As well, Beast Mode has yet to really show up with his London major form. Daniel has started, still considered one of the young prodigies of NA, but he started off so early with his pro career that he's actually been around for a whole long time now. And the experience is showing, no more so than in the grand final of the London Major. They're able to lock in and dominate in the biggest stage.
Yeah, G2 aren't like going past Daniel when he's on these dribbles. They're really expecting the 50 in the midfield from Power, and Daniel, mainly when he does go for these dribbles, will have someone below him to play off of that 50. Now Fever and Sauce, Atomic intercepts. Banana Head has the beat on Daniel, but just to get the ball to the corner, it's a nice bouncer to Fever, but not on target.
I think, yeah, Fever can just hit top bins there. There's nothing Atomic can do about it. He was 0 boost on the goal line, no momentum. It's rare to see G2 in those positions. They focus a ton on boost with their gameplay, their defensive gameplay, their offensive gameplay. They're very, very boost dominant and boost focused. Oh, what a dunk. Oh my goodness, it's just in. Banana Head for the second game in a row. It's going to be Power opening the score, but how has Banana Head got a goal here? Wave dash, and then just a random flip into the ball that G2 didn't expect. He dunks over 2.
I feel like G2 are getting a little too comfortable, like just judging based on Atomic waiting for the corner boost and kind of trying to find himself in the middle of that, to Daniel back passing to his own back wall to dribble across. Like, G2 feel like they're dominating.
I think G2 correctly knew that Banana Head was out of boost there. They probably calmed it, and they're going to tie the game. Surely, no, it's a heroic save as G2 failed to equalize the score. Power with the defensive stand. G2, I've got a lot of the game to play with. This is going to be a tough hold if Power are going to win by 1.
Not a lot of aggression from Power, at least it's very regulated at the moment. They really want to be sure when they push at a time. Did Daniel just save his son? I don't know who
They might have tried a mid-air passing play there. I mean, it almost worked. G2 have been known for those mid-air passing plays, hitting the ball back into the player who's just knocked it forward. Power have always got to be on the lookout. They might have to just commit 2 players to these aerial plays. We saw that earlier on, Team Secret against Pioneers, the other Australian team. Sometimes it's that air dribble bump that takes 1 player out of the game, leaving the ball open. You just need to send 2. The double commit often a criticism, even in pro play. Sometimes it's necessary.
It was a great 50 by Torsos to just get the ball rolling for Power. They're up 1, but you're going to need a whole lot more than that against G2. Beast Mode playing deep, hoping for the long pass, and Power are trying to play a step ahead. All 3 of G2 with their backs against the wall, with Banana Head trying to cut through. But through all the cooks in the kitchen, I don't think so.
Well, this has been a much better game for Power. They're breaking free of defense with far greater success. It's been about finding the right touch. Oh, what a pass, and the redirect is good. Beast Mode's going to be there to save it. But those are the kind of passes that were not there for Power in game 1. They were just giving the ball away with soft clears over and over again. Now they're finding those outlet passes. They're, more importantly, presenting those passes. They have players upfield for them as Beast Mode ends up on the wrong side of the ball there. Final minute, Power still holding G2 to just 0 in game 2.
Gotta watch Fever with these 50s too. If Power can just force it to his second man, but now Torsos could be overwhelmed and made himself big on the post. Made the most out of that 1v2 situation. And Atomic even gets pressed by Torsos, stealing boost. G2 have all the time in the world, and look at Beast Mode go.
What a pass, Beast Mode, pre-jumping off the sidewall in front of Daniel, who completely nails the lob pass. I mean, the redirect was spectacular as well, don't get me wrong, but that pass is unbelievable by Daniel.
G2 are ramping up. They found the equalizer after Power started looking more productive too. Now with boost, dodging Beast Mode, Torsos has to get up, use a lot of boost. Hopefully get this to Fever. These long passes, I think, are going to be difficult to accomplish if you're Power against a team as good as G2, as cohesive as G2. But Torsos taking his time on the ball to assess how the 50 is coming is how you can buy yourself some real estate. But now the pop-up, Power are losing momentum. 10 seconds left before OT.
That might be another pre-jump attempt by G2. Beast Mode better get back, but they've got Daniel in defense, so they should be more than fine. Beast Mode going straight back towards the ball to help out. Will it go up? Yes, it will. A little bit of a contest, though, as both teams think about it. No, they let it drop into overtime.
Yeah, Power are going to have to cross all the way to the blue half. Better not risk it. Now OT for game 1. Just weren't sure what side of the coin you were going to get from Power and how much of a dent they could put into the armor of G2. One of the favorites to go deep into this tournament, into Worlds, if not win the whole thing, as Banana Beast Mode tries to go for the high 50, now collides into Atomic. The team pinches. Third man from G2 kind of is going to leave this, as Power have these opportunities where they could really attack the ball, but they leave it.
There have been a couple of uncharacteristic whiffs by G2. Beast Mode in the last game, Daniel right there. And, you know, against a team like Power in their current form, you cannot afford to make those mistakes. Luckily for G2, Power did not expect them to happen. Weren't there to punish. Torsos couldn't get in the end of that clear. Now here comes Daniel. He's past 1. He's going to try and get past the second, drop it down for Beast Mode, and there it is. It's the passing of Daniel. It's been the difference. G2 win in overtime.
What a masterclass. First, 1 defender dodge, 2 defender dodge, whip from Banana Head. Torsos is like, I can't stop him once he's in that position. There's no saving that. 1 minute gone by, OT for G2.
I mean, it's just terrifying. Daniel, at any moment during that air dribble, he can just land a reset on demand. That's the problem that Power face. They have to go to the ball because they know that if they don't, Daniel's just going to get his flip back. But when they go to the ball, he moves it, forcing the miss. And now Beast Mode comes in again to get goals. I mean, Beast Mode just immediately pouncing on both the chances this game. Max speed, no delay. We're going back to the opening goal where G2 probably knew Banana Head had no boost, but forgot that he could flip to gain speed, I suppose. They didn't flip to block his dunk. Yeah, he's shaking his head there thinking, what is going on? Why is that a goal? But wow, G2, masterclass with that second goal, and likewise with the third. I mean, Power have got players up. They're trying to block the direct path that Daniel is threatening, and in doing so, they just leave another angle of attack open.
Very pass heavy though from G2, especially in the air, and Power are still contesting that, but if they don't, once they go in the air, you really got to be committed to the right spot, because especially that last OT goal, you had two people try to put a hand up, both didn't make contact, and if you let G2 get that close to your net, there's nothing stopping them. So Power definitely quality opportunities on their offensive front, but they got to be sure on these 50s, especially in the air.
Yeah, I mean, well, Power, they've shown their level at this tournament between yesterday's series and this one. This is why they're such a respected team in practice. You'll hear a lot of pros have high praise for Power when it comes to scrim results, and they haven't really been able to replicate that in the big games on LAN this season. But this is, so far a respectable performance by Power. We keep saying it whenever the underdog is keep holding the favorite to overtimes and 1-goal games. But they'll think, based on what they've seen so far, that this is honestly winnable. They've seen weaknesses. Oh, you can't let Daniel through like this, though. Torsos misses his interception. And, of course, Daniel's there to finish.
It's the defense and just their control in the air. Power can slip up in those moments, and G2 now know also how to curve around it, know what they're going for, and how to counteract that. G2 are some of the masters at flying into the air and being comfortable in those positions. And if G2 can keep forcing the plays to be in the air like that, where Power seem to be uncomfortable, then I guess this is where G2 are going to thrive.
I mean, G2, they've had flashes of brilliance in this series. It's not been the, most consistent performance for them. And that's maybe even more scary for all the other teams in this tournament. G2, not even on their best day, still getting world-class goals in every game they play. And if they can, continue to do what they've done all season. Oh, hold on. Torsos, double tap. Where did that come from? It's 1-1. Never mind G2 and their continued improvement throughout tournaments. Look at Torsos rolling back the years and drilling one through.
Just a great launch, but getting so high up on the ball was everything, and would have had a great recovery nonetheless. Ties up the game. Torsos off the solo play. Again, quality is all that matters for Power. Now Banana Head against Beast Mode, misses that off the ceiling. Deals with it well against Atomic too. Look at Banana Head go, a 2-on-1 to put Daniel on the edge. And Power is still trying to get something going, but that light touch wasn't it.
Yeah, Fever wanted Torsos to fake that. He committed, hoping that the calm would come through in time. Looks like Torsos was just already a little bit too committed to the play to pull out. Power playing with confidence. This is the sort of regain that OCE's been lacking all season, and it's promising to see it happening now against NA 1 seed, defending major champions. Torsos ground double tap now. Beast Mode respected it and stopped it.
Yeah, Power feel like they're going to lose the 50s, then try to dodge them. I'm seeing more kind of delays with Power to really think through their approach and slow down the pace of play to somewhere they're comfortable. Now Beast Mode, shot on target, Fever makes the save, and Banana Head helps him follow up. Tommy tries to back pass, but now Banana Head fights him for it. That was almost a counterattack opportunity.
Well, that's the great cover by Power. When the bad clear comes in, teammate is there to help him out, because sometimes it's difficult to get a good clear when you're making a tough save like that. Having someone else in the area to help save it, that's what Power need. Now half the game to go. G2 continuing to test Power, just knocking more and more shots at the backboard. Power composed, dribble the ball out of defense. Daniel with not a lot of boost. He could probably score from here, knowing him, but he decides not to. Even attempted shots on target. G2 are just taking the ball in the scenic route right now. Just throwing at the left wall, the ceiling. Let's take a look at what's happening over here. Never a rush when G2 are attacking. They're quite happy to take their time.
Yeah, Torsos played the 50 instead of trying to intercept the pass, and I think G2 are waiting for the pawns on the chessboard to move before acting, and it really is going to be a mind game between G2 and Power of who's going to make the correct move, and is it still going to be checkmate for G2 as Beast Mode is now just Goomba stomping Banana Head. Torsos with the back hit there. Still will not touch G2.
I love the pace by Banana Head. Power for large parts of this series have been able to match G2's speed, which is incredibly impressive for these guys who've shown so much improvement throughout the year. Oh my goodness, Torsos finds an opening and he slots it past G2. They just fell asleep for a second. Atomic and Daniel in no man's land, and Torsos puts it in.
Just a quick lapse, but that puts Power within, or G2 I guess, within striking distance at 1:35. As Power, okay, now Beast Mode forced to make the save, but he almost got shoved. G2 gotta wake up. It is still series point.
Up, and Beast Mode's there to dunk it in just to make absolutely sure. 2-2. Now this is a massive game for Power. Even if you don't believe in the reverse sweep, every game matters in Swiss. If they can get a game here, if they can get this game, then their next round match could be a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I think Power trying to make a play offensively that close to the net. It's been tough. Sometimes it takes dunk, I don't know. But Power don't have a lot of options, don't have a lot of time. But they gotta throw everything at G2 to even slightly make them uncomfortable, and I don't even think that's the case for G2. They don't look too scared or worried. That dunk was close as Banana Head waits for his moment to shine, and Fever does not want to let this midfield free, and the demo will open it up.
Yeah, it's disciplined play there by Atomic, not to panic, just let the ball roll across this goal line in front of him. I know a lot of you watching back home, myself included, I would probably have own goaled that, but let's just admit it. It's too tempting, you just gotta hit the ball.
30 seconds before OT hits. Torsos sees a free ball, and Beast Mode will 50 it, and it's a miss from Power. You gotta be careful. Your third man of Banana Head had to make contact with the ball, and you do not want to give up an open net at this time. And Torsos, Banana Head trying to bulldoze the net. G2 will hold the wall. It's Torsos to Fever, gets away from Daniel.
Oh.
The double touch, the demo, it's in!
Fever with a goal in the tournament contender. Sidewall double, skims in off the post, off the G2 defender who had to try and post pitch to save it. They thought it's going in off the post. It did. What a shot by Fever.
Gonna watch this kickoff though at 5 seconds left. G2 go to collect boost. All three have it. Gotta stop Fever. Easy for Daniel. Free ball. Beast Mode 50s to the side in front of the net. Banana Head is hunting. It's Beast Mode looking for bumps. Fever gonna put a hand up. Torsos collides two. Double commit. It's up to Banana Head to get this down, and Power take a game.
Power are here to play. This is becoming a little bit too hard to believe for all the NA fans especially, and all the Rocket League fans around the world. We thought this was going to be a 3-0. We thought, how on earth did Gen G lose to Power? Well, this is how Gen G lost to Power. They are a different Power than the one we've seen in previous LANs this season. They have stepped up their game. The confidence is at an all-time high, and Fever just hit an unbelievable winner in the closing seconds of the game. Let's take a look at Torsos, though. He scored the first two goals. The double tap off the backboard. Open net past G2 as they ended up in no man's land for the second goal. But it's all about Fever for the third.
It does seem silly to call Power an underdog, but at least in this match they are. And after they obviously upset Gen G, G2 have to keep their eyes on this, because if you give time, I think G2 gave Power a little bit too much time. G2 went to get boost, and Power is, when they have time, they just...
Was that the reaction to the Fever goal? What on earth? I think if Fiber scored that, he would have just started knocking over the walls behind. Like, the roof would have come off the building. Like, he was like, nice, good goal. Yep, nice. That's exactly what I tried to do. Easy peasy, no biggie.
Calculated, obviously. But what's the plan now in Game 4? Power still trailing the series. Match point still for G2. The G2 know maybe they can't award Power too much real estate. They may still have to send someone to contest the play against Power. You never know what they're up to, and that's just the beauty of watching an OCE team play.
Nice cut of rotation there by Atomic to try and surprise Power's defense, but Power's defense is looking more and more calm with every passing game. Here, Game 1, they were panicking pretty much every time G2 touched the ball. Game 2, much better. Game 3, they win it, and they managed to really pass the ball a lot more in defense, get those successful 50-50s that were lacking earlier on in the series. And they've not really let go of their offense either. They are sending, but that was a pre-jump on the attempted infield pass there. I mean, they're really going for it with every attacking play they get.
Power like sharks. They're just surrounding G2. They have to go from one side of the field or one side to the other to get away from them. Bit of a miss from Atomic. Beast Mode played close, though. It's going to take a lot to score against G2. It's Atomic, the 50 towards the crossbar. It's a heavy bounce, giving a moment for G2 to breathe, and now they're all locked up on their half. Torsos shoving Atomic out of the way, and Banana Head scores!
Banana Head just rolls it through. G2 need to hit the gym as multiple 50-50s go straight through them. Torsos and Banana Head just muscling it through to open the scoring for the second game in a row.
Oh, Power having a good time. That's all it takes. Unified effort. If G2 are there, they will remove them by force if needed. Now Banana Head and Fever in the air, low on boost, gotta retreat. Torsos slowing down G2 is a good start, but now you're leaving Daniel with a full tank to get a couple of touches, and Atomic's involved too. The double right down low, and it's a bouncer, so Daniel's gonna keep possession, keep it to the side, and Beast Mode now contests Banana Head. You gave time for Power to recollect themselves, and the counterattack was almost nice, and it leaves an open net!
It's a counter attack.
Yeah.
So G2 tie the game. Torsos tried to redirect that past Daniel. Daniel just comes away with the ball and scores at the other end. Well, Power, they definitely overset the mark there. That was unnecessary. They had nobody back, and they've completely committed to try and make it a 2-goal game. But G2 are never going to go down easily. They've got the firepower to score from any position on the pitch. Daniel quickly punished them there.
Seems like Power are willing to take that risk of sending all three, give them any options to find any gap within G2. They're such a difficult team to score on, so Power may just accept that risk, especially since they were up by 1, and good tip away by Power, and Fever goes for the boost. Now can take the ball up high, gets under it with the reset to avoid Atomic, and now relies on Torsos to get the 50 towards Banana Head. It's the bounce, it's the shot, and it's the save by G2!
Oh, it's nearly another G2 counterattack. It's off the post after being saved at the other end. But Power with the passing plays, the quick decision making, just making the right calls in those situations. They are really testing G2 here. #1 defense in the world, being pushed to the limit.
Here's Atomic, good launch towards the backboard to keep it close against the two defenders as Daniel stalls it out, gives themselves time to retreat. G2 just keep pestering them. Power just can't get a good drive going without G2 throwing themselves at the ball, but that's what G2 needed to correct. Not let Power get too comfortable on the ball. Don't let them get good control, make Power look awkward. Now Beast Mode's on the ceiling with no boost, and Banana Head was ready.
Oh, one touch by Atomic though. Quick turnaround on what looked like a decent clear out of Power. Now G2 are starting to spread around their offense. They've got Atomic lurking at the far post here. Stick it back into the middle after the soft clear happens. This is much better from Fever, staying with the ball as he clears it. Air dribble out of defense. Banana Head Torsos couldn't decide whose ball it was. Now G2 are going to try and find a way through again. They've almost done it, but again, Power standing strong in the way of them.
It's like G2 trying to force a team bump there. Now Beast Mode's off the ceiling, and a bounce to Daniel. Torsos, great reaction, great read. Atomic just gonna leave this to Fever. No, he was beat. Now Power in the corner. It's been tough for them to get a good setup. See what Banana Head can do, just trying to bully his way through. I don't think he can get away again with that. Now Fever with the musty towards the back wall. Torsos with the shot up high towards the crossbar. It's Banana Head, not the greatest touch, giving a chance for Atomic and G2 to go for the counterattack. It's a shot from the midfield!
What a slot by Atomic, and it's another G2 counterattack. Atomic dusts the third man, immediately recovers, and how about that for a finish? In off the post and the bar. G2, 48 seconds away from the 2-0 run.
G2 know how to punish a defense. 46 seconds. Or this series is over for Power, and Banana Head just couldn't approach that 50 right. Beast Mode had him on lock. Fever has no boost. Banana Head has to do something. Torsos has got Atomic in jail. Dangerous cross in front of the net, but Power is still resetting. 2 players without boost. That's a dangerous miss from Fever. Banana Head tries to stop Daniel. Oh my God, he's unleashed.
Oh, Daniel's just way too strong in the air. Catches up to his own forward hit and staunches Banana Head. Bounces in off the post as well. It's a heartbreaker for Power, who are just hoping that's going to bounce out. And now they're pretty much all in. 23 seconds left, 2 goals to get.
This is where Power got to send the house. Where they face They're worried about the 1-1. Atomic now trying to dunk them. Power, it's not over. Now Daniel forced to make the save. You've got GT a little bit awkward as beast mode. Well, he's got possession of the ball. He just has to kill a few more seconds. And that really is it. G2 may have dropped the game, but I don't think you've seen the peak. I don't think you've seen the last of G2. They take the series 3-1.
Yeah, they were tested here. G2, for the second tournament in a row, draw Power in the second round of Swiss. This time it was a real series though, and G2 show their level is ready for the World Championship from the start. As for Power though, I mean, do we need any more convincing? These guys are a real threat for top 8. Anyone in this tournament needs to respect this team. They put up a great performance. They pushed G2 really far in that second game, which G2 won. Game 3, they won it. Power did. Game 4, G2 had to defend brilliantly. And Power were just a little bit, I think, too much on the aggressive side. After establishing the 1-goal lead, discipline went out the window a little bit. But still, I'm super impressed with this team. This is the best we've seen from them all season at the most important time in the season as well.
That means G2 are 1 win away from also advancing. And are you worried about game differential? The fact that G2 aren't perfect, you know, they give up a game. Like, does that worry you at all?
Well, you know, it's interesting. G2 dropping a game there could get them a tougher draw in that third round. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the matches go today to see if where they're going to end up. They could still end up being the 1 seed, of course, if the other teams drop.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of tough teams have showed up, and Power surely have the potential to make top 8, but their opponents will have to see what is up. But I want to see what's up with Leaf. He's standing by with G2 for an interview.
It's the Beast himself here. They got the dub at the end of the day, but by golly, it wasn't the easiest win, was it?
No, not at all. They were playing pretty good, honestly, but yeah, definitely not the easiest as we thought it was.
That's what I wanted to ask here, because obviously Power came off with a win off Gen G yesterday, which surprised, I think, a lot of people. Even talking to Jack, he was surprised as well. You saw them and you got to play against them now. Is this Power legit? It feels like they've leveled up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are. I think they're definitely a top 8 team. I think they progressively got better over the season for sure. That was the first time we played them in a little bit. They were definitely better than what we played them in London, I believe. I think so. Right. Well, I think it's a mix of both. I think we're not playing our best, but they're definitely better than us.
Well, I did want to dive into that as well. For you guys, I mean, the casters have kind of alluded to it too. You know, maybe we haven't seen you hitting your full peaks here. How are you feeling in this tournament? Is it just a couple obstacles here and there you got to get over?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling the best, but I'm feeling like solid at least. I think we need to figure out a couple things as a team, because I know for a fact like we're not playing as good as we can for sure. Like we could 3-0 those guys and just play much better, but I think we need to figure out a couple things and we'll be back for sure.
Now, thankfully, it's spread out across a few days, so you guys have some time to do that. Do you feel like you're locked into what it is you guys need to work on here, or is it still kind of shrouded in mystery?
Yeah, I think we know what to do. I think we talked about it just like before that series and in our warm-up. I think we found out what we need to do. We just need to keep practicing it over and over again, and because we just got back to that rhythm. So I think that's what we need to do, and I think we'll be fine overall.
Just before I let you go then, I'm just curious on how you do feel about that, having it spread across. I love it because it just means more Rocket League throughout the week. For you guys as competitors, how is it having this kind of drawn-out schedule?
It's definitely different, but it's nice for like things like this. If we were playing good, I would say like it's whatever. But I think since we're not playing our best, it's definitely nice to improve and just focus on what we need to, because we have lots of days to focus on that. So I think I like it, honestly, overall. And
I guess I actually have one more. I just thought if I wanted to think about is, because you said there's some things to work out. Who's going to take charge for that? Is it Sathi? Is it the coach? Is it every individual player? Who leads that charge?
I think it's overall everyone. I think we all work together as a team. I think, which some teams do not. I think that's kind of a downside that they have. But I think we all just talk with each other and just
it's important.
Learn from each other and just share our honest opinions, because I feel like that's the most important thing you can do as a team. So yeah.
Got to be real with it. If you're not real with it, you're going to lose. But you guys got the dub today, so congratulations on that one. And hopefully, again, you guys figure out what you need going forward there. There's Beast Mode and more Rocket League coming your way. Ooh, it's an EWC rematch. Falcons versus BDS. The question is, can Falcons overcome the enemy on the other side? We'll find out soon.
Hit me.
Oh, nice play. All right, go. There we go.
helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an ally.
Get back to work.
We now return to our interview with the insurance whistleblower.
I just think everyone should know there's an insurance company out there exposing other companies' rates so you can compare them and save.
Sounds like trouble.
It's great, actually. It's called Auto Quote Explorer from Progressive. Here, look. See, we show you our direct rates and their rates, even if we're not the lowest.
So, whistleblower usually means you're exposing something bad.
I thought it meant calling attention to something helpful. You know, like, toot toot, check it out. This thing's the best. No?
We are so back. Round 2, Swiss stage, day 2 here at the World Champs. And, well, we just saw G2. A little bit of a I want to say it was dismantling. Power looked all right. But we've got this next matchup to worry about. And it is the rematch from the EWC Grand Finals. It's Falcons who they love a grand... Well, they don't love a grand final. They like getting to a grand final.
They love the process. They don't like the destination.
Yeah, they certainly enjoy this stage of the tournament, that's for sure. But they are coming up against the EU Titans, the Monkey Moon GOAT.
The GOAT of the Open era, the GOOE, as we've been calling him. He is, I think, going to be trying to get their team another World Championship dub, see what they're going to be able to do. But first up is going to be those Falcons. We're going to see what they're up to. We've got Robas here, chilling out, making sure that those boys are going to be getting through the Swiss, as they have done at every major, without a single dent in their record.
Yeah, I know. I think Johnny Boy said it a lot of times. Falcons, perhaps the best team in the world outside of a grand final.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to doubt that when you look at their record in tournaments, albeit at the last dance. But as you said, these guys have been phenomenal. TRK, I think he's been the star player. You know, you sort of look at last season and earlier stages of this season. We talk about Rawasi, even Khalil's having some fantastic moments offensively. But I think TRK lately has been that superstar player that I guess have needed him to be.
Yeah, I think TRK for me is that guy who is going to step up in the moments. He's going to be performing at every level, and he doesn't necessarily feel the nerves until those finals. Still a long way off that, but these guys know finals like the back of their hand. Team BDS, led by the GOAT of the Open Era Monkey Moon, this time now alongside Exotic with Drali, a new player to these World Championships, so far having performed playing Oxygen yesterday.
Yeah, they're looking fantastic. I mean, I don't know what the other talent casters, analysts, people have short weeks ago, and
BDS took that one home.
They did take that one home, but as I said, it was a grand final. This is not a grand final. We're only in round 2 of the Swiss, the 1-0 stage. The upper bracket winner of this will have a chance to go through 3-0 into the playoffs, into the finals here at the World Champs. And I think Falcons will be out for vengeance here, for revenge.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons are, they know the assignment. They know what they need to do. BDS are standing in their way, at least in the Swiss so far. Yes, this was during, I believe, when they were on Semper.
Semper, yep.
And that was their COVID team, and they played versus NRG, and Cassio was the only player on stage, because Chaussette also had COVID. And so it was only Cassio, the coach now of BDS, who was sitting on the stage all on his own in the middle of Fort Worth, playing as NRG, clearly the favourite, and obviously they lost. I felt really bad for them at the time.
Yeah, you could say it's Exotic's first time here at on land in Fort Worth, as the rest was in his hotel room. But, you know, there's been a bit of talk about Mickey runs through the bracket, and, well, sometimes, what am I saying here? NRG had a bit of Mickey run if they're only playing Cassio.
Everybody, you've got the chance to impact the broadcast here. Make sure that you get in your progressive fan vote. Hashtag FLCN or hashtag BDS. I'm not going to tell you which one of those is for each team. You should be able to figure it out if you know the letters I just said. So make sure you get that in. CJ, who do you have in your predicciones?
I have hashtag FLCN in my predictions. I think they're the best team in the world outside of the grand final. Johnny.
I am also Falcons here. Hashtag FLCN. I think, as you say, they are just the best team. Unless we're looking at the grand final. We're not in the grand final. We're in a Swiss. They love a Swiss. So it's I think pretty much not a foregone conclusion, but they clearly have the advantage here for sure. Chat, we're going to be seeing what you have got here before we get ourselves into the series. But all teams looking locked and loaded, ready to go. And I think realistically, fans, they're looking towards the Falcons as well. Their quality is undeniable in these stages. They just had a bit of a different warm-up.
I think it's a 50-50 matchup. Chad's got it 61% to the Falcons, but here we go. Upper bracket once again. Second match of the 1-0 stage in round number 2 here at Worlds. The rematch from the Esports World Cup Grand Finals. Can Falcons get the job done, or will BDS reign supreme?
Game number 1, brought to you by Progressive, is going to be where we see the vibe of the series start out, where we're going to be seeing who's got the advantage. Do we see that Grand Finals Falcons? Do we see the Swiss stage Falcons? Or have BDS got their number as they did at the Esports World Cup a few weeks ago? We were there. It was very warm. We're now here in Fort Worth. It is also very warm, so relatively similar climates.
Yeah, they're basically in the same spot. They don't get the home crowd advantage, and, well, no one has a home crowd advantage at the moment, as we are still yet to enter the crowd days. Obviously, the last 3 days of these World Champs, and almost a perfect start for Monkey Moon. Again, it could still be TRK double save coming through. BDS, I'd say not known, particularly at the start of tournaments, to be too crash hot. They certainly improve as the tournament goes on. We did see that at the EWC, but right now, for game number 1, it has been all BDS.
I mean, they take that first blood, making sure that BDS were on the scoreboard first. Monkey Moon, a lovely cut in. And Exotic swiping past the ball, making sure that he is going to be getting it bottom corner from a very interesting angle too. Team Falcons completely disarmed by that attempt.
Yeah, they're certainly finding a W somewhere in BDS lately, this team. And they're just a team that even when they feel like they're out of form, when you can doubt them, they find this peak. And when they're at their top, they look unbeatable around the world right now. Great start for them, 30 seconds in, as Australia now with no boost gets a great 50 to Monkey Moon. Together launch, a little bit of a heat check. We do love a little heat check on net. And there's a great 50 again. It was open for Drali if he got the shot. He had low boost, so I can cut him some slack. It could still be in. They're in big trouble here, Falcons. Monkey Moon strikes 2-0 BDS.
Great early series advantage too, making sure that they are putting that pressure on a team that otherwise the one that puts every other team under the biggest pressure they possibly can be under. so far. Historically, defensively, they are a team that can deal with a lot of the aggression coming through to them. But BDS are putting up something different today.
Falcons, they just usually look so quick. That every match they play, they're setting the pace, they're outpacing the other side. But right now, it is BDS. What a redirect! The boys are loving it. Exotic sitting downfield for game one. That's special.
Mate, it's been a minute. There's been 3 goals. Whoever's got these players on their fantasies are going to be laughing. 3-0, Team BDS. And the vibes are immaculate just to my right.
Wowee.
Wowee
4
indeed.
seconds in. 3-0 and
4-0?
a minute. Not another one. He's almost found a TRK back in time. But still, BDS winning every kickoff, every 50. They're just looking like they've... I don't know, perhaps they've had the better warm-up scrim coming into this one, but they've absolutely shocked Falcons so far early in this game.
When you talk about the warm-up, these teams, Team BDS, they had to go through an oxygen that nobody expected to be here. An oxygen that came through because anything weren't able to attend in the end. But Johnny getting a reset towards the backboard. There's a double commit, double whiff, and a poor shot from Monkey Moon leaves it now for a counter-attack for the Falcons.
How rare is that from Falcons? A double committed defense as well. Usually, I know they're so fast, but they're usually locked in. They have the synergy. I mean, you have to when you're twins, but in that case, couldn't quite get it to work. And BDS, they could have got their 4th, and they almost do here. Clears now, 100 boost sideball. Look at the instant challenge and the speed right now from BDS. It's so rare to see Falcons getting dusted to the ball.
I mean, Killer's there as well, actually missing it, and then it being squidged into the top right corner. Ramas does get it on target. It looked like it might have been a little bit too wide. Very much helped on the way by a BDS player, but what a fake coming through. I don't even know how that pincher's actually got into the top corner, considering that Monkey Moon comes in from the inside.
That was an absolute rifle into the top corner from Rawas. Lovely fake as well from Kaliz. It just bought enough time to, get the BDS defense out of position. 2 goals, still 3 minutes. A lot of time here for Falcons, but still want to see them get to work here. Nice pop over the top. Another double commit coming through. And it is the Twins again. Two of the same mind. Sometimes can hurt you.
Sharing neurons on the pitch, which sometimes is helpful. This time clearly making sure that they are not wanting to be occupying the exact same spots. Those pixels have only got room for one of them. Killers, TRK, crossbar. And just a little bit of inconsistency on the shooting is holding Falcons back from a 1-goal deficit.
Yeah, they're trying to put a hole through the crossbar at the moment, and Monkey Moon's past that straight across. It's a pre-jump. Here's the shot. It's going to be over for Rawas. He has to go the double. It's a slow catch, and no one can get back. Or everyone can get back from BDS. Exotic still in trouble, 0 boost. Trying to take some low 50s. Trying to give his teammates enough time to set up, which he has done for now. That just wasn't quite the touch. And that is a terrible touch from Monkey Moon. The demo double save. He had to come up huge and does.
That is a very lucky chance. A poor shot coming through from TRK. And BDS, they've got that lifeline still. They've got 2 lifelines, in fact. TRK popping high, going for a bump. Monkey Moon's going to be there. A reset from Rawas, but he falls too far away from the ball to use it. It's now Charlie left-hand side, midfield. Is going to see TRK take it into the corner. And Charlie with a boost steal leaves TRK wanting more.
It's clear from Rawas. Rally up in time, though, with 100 boost. And right now, BDS, you've got to go in conservation mode. Still a 2-goal lead, 90 seconds. Kill another minute here. Should be able to wrap this one up or perhaps get one more goal. Monkey Moon, bang! Great save from Rawas coming across the side of the net. Helping out TRK in net with the flick as well. More 50s in midfield. Falcons trying to push. They know they've got to go now.
So far, I think BDS will be thanking their lucky stars that they've got the pressure. And Exotic turns it around. The 50 coming through from Drali. Assist to the century on this. Killers with a massive miss. Forces in his teammate to come in to try and cover it. Drali pops his central. Knows that if it goes there, Exotic's waiting. And waiting he was. Another one for the man in pink.
Yeah, Exotic, phenomenal start. And really, the 50, the fake, as you said, it just forced Falcons to rush a challenge. And in the end, they didn't get the touch they wanted. BDS with a 3-goal lead regained. Like they should be able to lock this one out. It's a great infield pass. Please able to stop that one. Certainly Falcons look like they've settled, but hopefully that 3-goal lead in 1 minute will be wraps for a game.
I mean, the capitalisation on chances has clearly fallen better for BDS, and Monkey Moon swiping yet again in front of the net, making sure that as soon as Falcons do get a decent chance towards their side, they do get shut down. Maybe just a little bit disheartening to see that, okay, we're growing into the game, and yet they still can't secure a goal till TRK finds the ceiling, doesn't quite find Drali. Instead goes to the ball and goes half the halfway line, a reset, but Killers is patient, and a backflip calls his twin into action.
I thought that's a very rare miss, but Clearly intentional that time. Charlie with the pop. TRK regulation save. He has run out of boost to get the follow-up. He'll be able to land on it, though. Monkey Moon in there. And that's been the difference right now. The midfield game. And look at Exotic! 4 goals against Team Falcons in the first.
That is something a little bit saucy from the back wall. The redirect in Ramas's blind spot. Thinks he can take that to the back corner. Exotic is waiting, sniping, poaching. And setting up a 4-goal lead. Team BDS, game 1, going very firmly in their favour.
They've absolutely smacked them there. I mean, it looked like Falcons could stage that comeback. They got the first goal on the board, brought it back to 2. Be a little late one here for Falcons. Perhaps some respect earned, make the margin look not as scary as it once did, but wow, what an impressive start from BDS.
I think it comes down to how they've taken their chances. How BDS, when they had an opportunity to shoot, they went for it. They went in front of the net. They just take a shot. They put forward a heat check towards Falcons. Falcons could not deal with that. They got 3 in around a minute. Falcons, when they had some chance, they just could not put them on target convincingly. It's going to be at least a 3-goal lead for them, or rather a 3-goal win for them. It's a lovely double. Crossbar is going to thwart them on that chance. BDS, they were pretty loud for the first few, then seemed to calm it down a little bit, realising maybe this is going to be a repeat of the grand final.
And Exotic can do this as well. Just have these pop-off games where, you know, if you've got him in your fantasy team, you're absolutely laughing. 759 points and 4 goals, if you don't mind as well.
4 goals, 5 shots, by the way, shooting 80% in game 1.
Credit to Monkey Moon as well. A hat-trick of saves and assists, doing it in the defensive half. But BDS, as we said, just looked like they were ready, they were warm, they were outpacing Falcons, which is an indication for me that Falcons not quite as warm in this one, because, I mean, it's very rare to see them get outpaced.
I mean, of course, it was very different warm-ups too. We saw that Falcons went through, I believe it was Gladiators a little bit earlier on. That was yesterday. But now BDS going through that Oxygen team. BDS, though, CJ, just clearly faster and a little bit more clinical with their finishes.
100%. They're just looking on song right now. And, I mean, maybe the confidence, obviously, they just beat them up in the Esports World Cup Grand Final. So perhaps the confidence coming out of that one has really shifted this matchup. As I said, I predicted Falcons just based on previous form, based on form outside of Grand Finals. But, I mean, you look at the heads-to-head, and that is all BDS for that last match. And it was dominant. Right now, it's looking dominant again. It is only a best-of-5 as well. So they really need to step up. They need to get going. You don't want to go 2-0 down and have to reverse sweep one of the best teams in the world.
Game 2, though, kicking off. BDS, can they get that same form? 3 goals in around a minute. It's going to be everything the Falcons want to avoid. BDS, though, attempting to re-attempt history. Drali going for a very brave free jump on that one. Exotic taking the ball away from Monkey Moon on the backboard. He finds himself a bit awkward, but with no real pressure coming in from Falcons, the ball abates and heads its way over towards that blue side.
Monkey Moon trying to get a 50. Killers has done well on that one. A little bit Drali, though. Does that 30 booster, almost swiped that one across net. But again, it's been a rinse and repeat from game number 1. These kickoffs have gone the way of BDS. It's so crucial. Just gives you so much momentum and boost control, pressure, everything in between. It's Monkey Moon now. Misses the double, leaves it for Exotic. Back down to Monkey. They're linking up well through the midfield.
Good
Monkey
delay.
now just throws one on net, little heat check. Still forces 2. Rawas didn't commit, but you can just see they're not as trusting right now, Falcons.
I mean, he didn't commit, but he still used boost. He still burned something. There was still some resources that were spent to achieve a nothing action. That ball just like kissing the ceiling. Charlie wanted to punch it netward. Monkey Moon on target. Rawas, though, confidently and calmly into the corner. Drali is wanting to swarm. Make sure, again, Falcons are not comfortable. No one to challenge it. Monkey Moon, the GOAT of the open era, scores a screamer.
You simply cannot give this man this much time. Look at this. It's a free play double, for goodness sake. TRK is not on the backboard in time. He's got no boost. And Khalil's, well, he just had the best view in the house for that double.
And we looked, I've been looking at scores through the EWC Grand Finals. In no game did BDS score more than 2 goals. They got 1s and 2s across the board, no matter which game they ended up winning. Falcons, however, won with 6 goals in game number 2. They have been on the other side of it. They have smashed BDS. This time, them at Worlds, BDS have clearly flipped that script around, and they are making sure that they pummel their biggest opponents into the ground where they can. Crossbar dented, BDS clearing.
Perhaps this is just the new form of BDS. I mean, we know that they can do this, but this consistency is unusual.
Whoa,
it was an own goal into a beautiful save from his teammate's shot there, Falcons. They're certainly rattled by this pressure BDS is providing. They're looking so on song. Even these link-up plays through the midfield have just been so dominant and forcing these rush challenges.
It's another whiff as Falcons find themselves pretty low on boost. They have to try and reassemble. BDS really don't do much with the clears either. It does stay in their orange half. Monkey Moon, though, into the back line. Forces clears to go for something. And honestly, these repeated question marks towards their net are a brilliant idea because Team Falcons don't always have the answer.
Yeah, look, it's a comfortable save from Kaliz, but what it's done is it forces him to use so much boost to get up onto the backboard in the first place. Usually Falcons, they've got a teammate there to deal with that one, and really this boost wastage from Falcons means they're in net so often, they're losing all the pressure. They're not able to get any pressure at all. Maybe some of these demos can help, but again, Exotic, even with 0, able to work it in the midfield.
It's going to be the difference maker too. How can you perform on that low boost? So far, we've seen Falcons do not perform on that low boost kind of situation. BDS, at least in that microcosm, were able to clear it away. Exotic in particular. Exotic now with a lot more boost in that moment. Can't quite challenge versus Killers. And a pinch takes it high. More awkward plays for Falcons. And Drani, the only one up, you have to cover the double. TRK on that chance does, but then has boost stolen away from him by his teammate. This counter-attack will not lead to too much, I can't imagine.
All he can do is go across, then he get the angle on that one, and BDS right now are just absolutely smashing Falcons in these midfield challenges, completely controlling it. Falcons need to find a way in. They're just not synergizing as well as we know from them. Perhaps the solo plays or the slower plays can work. It has found TRK in the back line. Drali gets the bump though. Monkey Moon's up. Does one, no boost. He's going to fake it out. Khalil's read it. Again, BDS looking so dangerous.
And you know what? I really loved in that moment, the Monkey Moon ended up going for the challenge on a relatively open net. Monkey Moon now with the save. But with the boost, he had about 10. He used it. He then took it into an awkward position because then the defender is going to be able to hear him go for the boost. Kalias has to jump. It just makes our save a lot more awkward. And in that entire time, we have just seen Falcons actually turn things round.
And almost a sigh of relief from the Falcons to get one back. It was the counter-attack. Rawas dusting Exotic. The demo came through as well. Monkey Moon trying to pre-flip the save. Falcons, a timely goal, 1-1. They can settle the nerves. They've always been chasing tails through this series. So to tie it up, they can really set themselves and get into this series.
And they got a couple of goals in game one, bear in mind. It's just an issue that BDS scored about 2.5. TRK, a good chance to get that in, but crossbar again.
You'd almost backed him in to score that as well. It's Rawas now, he's dusted. He's got a beautiful touch off the ceiling, so he's going to fake it low. That's the Falcons we know and love, 2-1.
With no one up, what else are they going to do? There's no dramas here. Drali into a poor position. Complete fake from TRK. Sorry, from Rawas rather. TRK is the one who scores. It goes low as well. In case anyone reckons they can pre-jump, no thank you. Falcons secure a lead as we enter the final minute.
Yeah, the offense is back. They're looking deadly at the moment. Exotic, what do you got? 4 goals in game 1. Yet to trouble the scorer so far in game 2, but Drali's up, can get a quick touch, redirect, follow-up shot. It's got to get a bump through. No, the overcommit's come through as well. It's going to be open. Surely Rawas puts this one away. There you go. Falcons in the blink of an eye. We've gone from 1-0 down to 3-1 up.
And we've seen Falcons. They won the semi-finals when we came to London on a runaway goal like that. On these chances where the opposition overcommits, and BDS need to be careful that they don't do that. Gentlemates in that series I'm describing, they had that full advantage. And then it turned around. Falcons, their counter-attacks were so strong. BDS, they've let things go in the final minute here. It's going to be another goal, just about sneaking its way through, or not. Thank you very much, MM.
Yeah, Monkey Moon's going to be happy with a nice little free save. Let's see if it amounts to anything here. He's certainly been the best player, I feel like. You know, Exotic's obviously had the 4 goals, but defensively, Monkey's been exceptional.
Yeah.
Outside of this last minute, where the first time we've really seen this defense fall apart from BDS. All bumps come through. Jolly's just worn that one. He's still got 100 as well with a nice reset over the top. It's a perfect catch. Can he get 2? No, he cannot. Pass back, follow on Monkey into Exotic. The pre-jump save. Falcons do not want to give them an inch here. They want to go into this one with a tied series. They're going to be able to level it up, and they might just be back.
It could have been a decent little confidence boost for BDS as well. Get one at the death. Instead, Falcons, they score 1, and then the avalanche commences. 3 through a BDS that they've struggled to get any control with. And we see Killers on that one. Rawas and TRK getting 1 goal each. Very different from game number 1, where we saw BDS and Exotic in particular hogging all of the plaudits.
Yeah, you can see that was just a... I don't want to say it was a Monkey Moon 1v3, but you look at the stats there.
He's got triple the points of his teammate in next place.
He has absolutely dominated the scoreboard for that one. Obviously, a huge double touch. A free play double. But we give him credit for the placement. 4 saves, though. He's done very well defensively. But as you said, it's been a well-rounded performance from Falcons. And to be honest, they only played a minute of that game. We saw 1 minute of Falcons playing their proper style that we have seen before, I guess outside of grand finals, and they might just be back. It's a worry now for BDS, just how quickly those goals came through.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you see your defense really starting to struggle, especially against a team such as Falcons, they are going to take advantage of that. They're going to make sure that you do not feel situated, that you have not got comfortability. The Falcons making sure they did that against the BDS that ran through them in game number 1. But game 3 in this best of 5 is going to see who moves on to that series point. Falcons have that momentum, but BDS, they have the most recent matchup in a higher pressure situation.
Here we go. Massive game number 3. Seen time and time again that we're really allergic to game 5s.
We really are. We've had, what, one so far this whole world?
We had Pioneer Secret. Was that the only game 5 that we've had so far? So, yes, everyone really not enjoying Champions Field. Maybe they don't like the sound of Shogun's voice or something. I'm not sure
that's fair.
There, but yeah, it's probably fair enough. Here we go, though. Massive game number 3 to get the lead. Like you said, it has proved vital for teams so far to lock in that 3-1 win. And right now, you're favouring Falcons with their boost control outside of a double commit here that might have really cost them. It's a fantastic pass and Drolly, and even better shot. He had such a tight window to get that through. Slots at top bins.
Dr. Drolly is back in town. Clinical finish from him. Sinks it top bins. BDS 30 seconds through. And that opening goal, they couldn't secure one at the end of game number 2. But game number 3 is going to be the one where they can grab one back. Falcons making sure that does not become a trend.
Just phenomenal placement there on that shot. I mean, it cannot be understated. He had to hit that off the post and in to be able to get that around the defender there. A great start for BDS, especially when the pressure went on, when Falcons scored 3 unanswered late in that game number 2. It's a great start here in game 3. Drally now, awkward touch. He's going to be able to jump again, get the low 50, and Monkey going to help out in net as well. Get the pass. He's trying to get in there. He's still got 0 boost. It's going to be over to Exotic in the corner. Tries to get the flick. This is Falcons just tightening the clasp right now in this offense. It's been sitting in this BDS defense now for 30 seconds. Trying to get it out, but they're low on boost.
Yeah, boosts are ticking down. We see Killers trying to get it as high as possible. Exalted to the backboard, though, making sure that he doesn't need boost to get there, but he can escape with it. Instead, TLK is going to be standing in his way, rather Roas is going to be standing in his way. TLK now into challenge, Raleigh low. Exotic, the only player with boost on the team. TLK resets Drali back to 33 after he picked up 100. TLK now, big push, goes low, Monkey Moon to challenge. It's actually going to be a low set, and his teammate gets the memo, but as does the defense.
This is nightmare stuff. Just being in defense for a minute and a half against Team Falcons, but they've worked it out. Down the other end now, nice flick over the top. TLK helping out the rotation on the way back.
Escape.
To get one out, and as you said, it was a nightmare. Perhaps could turn into a dream if they get the counter-attack. Exotic's awkward, and Exotic's whiffed, and he cannot be doing that against the Falcons.
It's a brilliant read from Killers too. It's awkward. Sometimes they miss it. All gods bleed. From that position, though, you expect him to make a touch. Killers reads it much better than Exotic does, then the game is level.
He just didn't expect the absolute slinger coming out off that sidewall, and looks very awkward as soon as that ball came in. Falcons tying it up once again. Great demo coming through. Roas just clearing the way for Kaliers. More bumps, and what a dunk from Kaliers as well. It's Exotic with low boost. Monkey Moon as well. Everyone low on BDS, but they've just worked it out. They're all in sync. They found a way into the blue half.
For a microsecond, every player on BDS had 0. They were living off pads. The pennies were piling up. The Falcons were feasting on those sides and corners. Halfway through the game, and midfield is where the ball is going to be situated. The Killers towards the backboard after a challenge. Midfield from Drali. Killers has to read this one, does so. They're not letting another open backboard lead to another goal against them. Exotic has to challenge again for Roas. It's a dunk, it's down. The angle was nearly magnificent, but it's Monkey Moon on the counter.
You could just see for a second there, he had it. He had it right in his claw. It would have been a ridiculous angle. Might get it to work, but
he needed fate to intervene for that one to find its way through, I think.
Oh, it was a great 50 there as well, Stumpy, but Monkey Moon just a little bit too close that time. You can see the midfield game getting won by Falcons now with some bumps, but Drali's just eating the bump and able to keep it in this blue end. TRK 100 boost, works it over the top of Monkey, gets the 50 as well, and a bump, releasing Killers with the shot, and Exotic can't reach it once again.
Exotic, I don't know if the boost wasn't there at the time in the back corner. It was up, but look, he misses it on there. He then has to cut in, thinks he gets the 100, would have made it if he gets the 100 as well. It comes down to Pixels, but Pixels can win championships.
Just so close there, but you cannot afford 2 vital mistakes. That's a 2-goal difference.
both from Exotic too.
Both from that man who started this series so well. 4 goals in the first game. We've been looking to get one back here. Tie this ledger up, but for now, Falcons. 90 seconds left. Just need to hang on. Play some tight defense as Exotic almost getting to work. Nice cut across. This is what's been different from Falcons. They're not going back post. They're happy to cut and help each other out. The double commits have stopped. They're really starting to sync up.
It's a brave third man commit there from Drali. Will it pay off, however? We do see plenty of time for BDS to get back in form. Exotic tapping it back, oversees TRK in his blind spot. Does find him. Rawas goes to the bump on Drali. TRK reads that. Killers now wanting to not go for the shot. Pops it high. Who's next? Rawas is going to be there, but Drali low boost. Again, BDS all low boost.
So smart. They're just playing the long game right now, Falcons. They know they're going to be low. They know they're going to get a great chance on net. They've just got to keep this ball in awkward spots for BDS. There's the pop from Exotic. Are they out now? Drali, but he's got no boost. And that's the work that Falcons just put in down the other end. Rawas now, reset. Trying to go low. Misses the ground pitch, but it's over to Killers. What can he do? Exotic with the 50. BDS cannot get this ball out. 30 seconds now. Falcons just need to keep this up.
Little low rocket right across the goal line. Rawas now wanting to get that one central with a little bit less pace on it. A bit more manageable. Instead it's going to go to Exotic. 20 seconds. BDS need to wrestle one of these back. A bump on Killers is going to send the Team Falcons defense into disregard. 1 back, 2 back. The third shot in. Exotic, repenting for his previous sins, draws up level with the Falcons.
I was really worried about what this shot was looking like from Drali, but it was perfect. He didn't go for the shot. He went sideball, forced the double commit in the save from Falcons, and that meant the right side of the net was wide open.
He doesn't just force the double commit either. He forces TRK to reverse, reversing all of his momentum. He can't physically get back over there.
Here we go. 8 seconds. Are we going to get a goal in Rig? Are we going to get some magic? The demo comes through. Exotic's up. He's got Monkey with 100 boost. TRK, he wants the ground. Unable to find it right now. And Exotic scooped up the 100 as well in the corner. Can they go? No, they cannot. Game 3 OT.
First OT we're going to be seeing between these two Titans as well. First kickoff, very important. Drali, low boost, does get the touch though. Pops it over Rawas. Exotic wants to get something in there. And these low boost commits from BDS. They've been the difference maker in the last half of this game.
It's just been a game of such small margins, tiny mistakes. We saw Exotic down the other end, but this is nice from him. It's a challenge for Rawas. He's got no boost, able to scoop up the mid-100. Monkey Moon, great catch as well. He's got 2 out of position from Falcons. It's a great 50. TRK's positioning, saving the day in that one.
I mean, his positioning saving the day, but then Exotic, a drama on the back line, does backflip. 1-2, Rawas down, the double is not there. But the Twinergy is alive and well. Team BDS, they let Game 3 slip out of their fingers as Falcons come back through and sink that progressive ball into the back of their net.
The panic set in, and it was a hat-trick of Exotic. 0 boost in net for those 3 goals. Falcons scored a massive go-ahead game there, and now 1 away from moving into that 2-0 stage. It cannot be understated. I know we talk about seeding. We expect whoever loses this to still go through to that finals anyway, but especially with this new format, you want to get top 4. You want to get that second chance, the double leg limb, top half of the bracket coming out of the Swiss. So this is crucial right here.
Bit of a make or break as we come through into game number 4. BDS vying for that 5th series, or rather 5th game. It's a lovely play at the death of it. But I think, bear in mind, we saw Exotic give up 2 easy goals in that. The first one coming down with the miss on the backboard, and the next one, a boost miss. And we see at the bottom, Monkey Moon and TRK with their 200th career games and an RLCS LAN in the exact same time.
Wow. The double milestone.
Claps in chat, surely.
W's in chat for that. Yesterday it was Torsos bringing up his 200th, and now we get TRK, which does seem insane because you feel like Torsos has been around for a lot longer, but as Torsos said, he doesn't get very far in tournaments.
Yeah. You get a load of games in the Swiss, I suppose.
You do get a lot of games in the Swiss, and especially if you're making grand finals, which TRK does, and obviously Monkey Moon as well. Here we go. The 200-game club is up. Who is going to be able to get the chocolates?
I mean, Team Falcons, you'd love to see it on his 200th game, a career highlight for him. I'm sure Monkey Moon, though, opens it up straight away. Mr. 200 puts gold on the plate for BDS.
200 of the best. Perhaps the best we've ever seen, but Monkey Moon, open net. And that is not the start you want from Falcons. You want to be locking this down. You don't want to lose a game 4, then have to go to Champ Field with BDS kind of momentum. Great start for Monkey.
It's not quite as magical if you win your 201st game to win the series.
It's got less to it.
Yeah, it's got less legs, really. And BDS are going to want to make sure that Exotic is feeling comfortable in this one too. I was saying during that stat as well, he just had a few dramas that really, it was a matter of pixels on both of them.
Yeah, well, even that OT goal was Exotic in net, last man 0 boost. So that guy needs to work on picking up those peanuts in the corners, but there's another open net. This time it's going to be for Falcons. You could see the demo on last man. Once they came through, look at Drally getting hunted by TRK with 0. And that is as easy as I think you could have scored that, Stumpy.
I really don't think you play with me enough if you think I can score that.
Oh, yeah. Never mind then. Tell you what, who can? I tell you who can. That's Roas. Easy as you like. Well done, TRK, with the demo. Great return, great response here from Falcons. A lot of time to play in this game as well as Exotic works it around 1 and 2. Let's get a reset.
And we saw as well Exotic having to dodge another bump from TRK. The man has smelled blood and he sees that may well be the key to a victory here in the 4th.
Up over the top now, Monkey Moon. He's going to look for support with Drally. 100 boost in the corner. Nice first touch from him. Able to control it, but the pre-jump coming through. Roas up so quick on that. Killers as well, his brother. It's TRK double commits. Again, it did plague Falcons earlier on in the series. We haven't seen it as much as we've got further and further into this one, but still present right now. It's a great 50 coming through. Nice help defense. Roas says he got the shot. It's perfect placement. What a save! Exotic. Well, last game, he didn't quite have his best time in net. That was beautiful, but they've got to go again. Roas shot is beautiful this time. He can't get it. Falcons take the lead.
That is a masterclass in composure. The double demo through from Falcons. Cross pitch, Killers to Roas. It's a match made in heaven for the Falcons. They gain the lead from BDS. And my word, what a fashion to do it in. 200th game for TRK. And that man wants to soak the trophy in blood.
Both the 200 gamers scoring in the big one in their milestone, but as he said it, you always hate making a crazy save like that and 10 seconds left, it's still in your net anyway. What a shot though, what a follow-up. Monkey Moon has just gone, I give up, have it. He's put it into his own net off the bar. It was out, he was so worried about the follow-up. He was so awkward as well. And really, I mean, the question marks are
it's the tough positioning.
It's an own goal, Stumpy. It's an own goal.
I'm not saying it's not. Mate.
Chat, one in chat if that's an own goal. I want to say it. I'm not giving him any excuses there. He was awkward. He was out of position, but he still own goaled it. 3-1 Falcons, 3 minutes left.
He was back post, mate. He's allowed to be back post. It was too quick. It was crossbar down. That crossbar is a paid actor. And it's going to go crossbar on that one. Killers, another punch to the gut of BDS.
What a shot, what a flick as well off the reset. Roas 0 boost. All he had to do was get it round 1. You knew that his brother could get it around 2. And a 3-goal lead. How quickly can Falcons just put on multiple goals in a row?
I mean, you look back at game number 1, a 6-2, I believe it was in that first, a 5-2 rather. Shot crossbar for Exotic, saved away. And it's a massive turnaround. BDS, they have fallen apart. When a team has 4 goals, when there's a 3-goal difference, it's like a 90% win rate or something like that for them. It's going to be tough for BDS to battle it back, but the world champion will not let this one go down without a fight.
I love those stats. Something like that. That's how the numbers work, I think. Yeah. Killers now takes it up. Great touch as well. Beats one. Another demo coming through. It's TRK again. What a save this time. But it's too little too late because Falcons have 5.
What do you do when they start to swarm? They smell carrion on the pitch and the Falcons fly above it. They know that their job is done here. I know for a fact that when a team has a 4-goal lead, there's a 99% win rate. Thank you very much. Nothing like something like that on this one. Falcons, you may as well lock this in. There's 2.5 minutes remaining, but they have returned the punch from game 1.
Well, you said it perfectly, though. There's still half a game left. We've had 6 goals. This is an OCE. I'm not sure what we're witnessing, but this is what Falcons can do. 5 on the board. Do they keep going? Now we've got EU versus MENA at the moment, but we could have a Brazil in store unless BDS can bring up something special, and they need to find it. TRK reaching for that save. Khalid's 100 misses the touch, though. TRK has to go again. This has to be a goal, and Diz Drally, great shot.
Cutting it down to that 90 or something % win rate. Only that 3-goal difference for them. Exotic shooting low. TRK, a poor clear into the centre of both Roas and Killers. They wait on the goal line, seeing what Drally can cook up, and he threads the needle. 2 minutes, 3 goals. BDS vying for game 5.
Falcons have put on 3 in a minute. We haven't seen BDS score like that since that game 1, since Exotic put 4 on the board. Got to get to work now. 2 minutes, need 3. What do? It's in the right end. So far, Khalid's with the clear downfield. And for us, TRK can get a redirect. Doesn't get it on net that time. BDS looking to counter-attack. Low boost as well.
I mean, that's a hint, though, at how BDS are going to be playing. Look how aggressively they're up.
They've got to go.
I agree with them, but it does mean they're going to be completely susceptible to these counterattacks that Falcons have stung them with early on in this game in particular.
That's poor positioning, means they can't get it out too easy. This time Exotic, though, you can see both of Falcons backing off. You know they're going into conservation mode. They've got the 3 goals. The Dreamers that wanted a Brazil, you can think again. They're not looking to score right now. They just need to keep 3 goals out of their net. Monkey Moon, backboard, follow up for Exotic. He's got to take the ceiling, fakes the reset. Killers doesn't worry about the fake, gets a touch.
On his own in the sky, Falcons then end up getting the clear away. TRK, a reset. Charlie can clear it corner bound, but a bump in the net is going to be opening up somewhat. Killers backboard and miss a bump. That's now final shot, final minute, final chance.
They're trying to throw the ball forward, but they've got no boost to work with. Monkey Moon off the side. He's trying to find a pass, but there's another demo. It feels like only one team have discovered that mechanic right now. BDS cannot get any aggression. Throw it forward, Rawas up, dusting the midfield. Drally trying to keep it in. 40 seconds. They need 3. It's looking impossible so far. It's a great back post, but Exotic can't get there.
Again, the opportunities, they're swarming. They're coming back round time and time again. Low boost across the board for the Falcons. TRK picks up 100, and now they immediately go on the attack, and TRK in his 200th LAN career game is going to sink the 6th.
Gets a brace, and it's the ace in the hole for TRK. Falcons will be going 2-0. You can see the looks of disappointment from the faces of BDS after that game 1 as well. What a phenomenal start to then just get dismantled to the back half of the series. And well, Falcons, they're going to be through to that 2-0 stage, joining G2. I mean, who could have predicted that?
What a better team to have done it as well. A brilliant turnaround. Rawas sinking the 7th. They haven't just gone 1 further. They've gone 2 further than BDS did in game number 1. A cracking touch. And Rawas dents that back of the net. 14 seconds. Do we see an 8-2B BDS?
It could be possible here, 14 seconds. You can see that BDS have well and truly thrown in the towel for this one. Now it's all about stat padding. Fantasy players, enjoyers, talent will be watching with close eyes here with the 3 seconds left. Can Falcons get an 8th? Let's pretend like this is a game, a 0-second equaliser. Never mind.
Never mind.
Forget about it.
Yeah,
Falcons, though, they'll be happy with that one. What a result. What a response after that game 1.
Yeah.
2-0 into that 3rd round of the Swiss.
And you know what, Falcons? Oh, do that in the final. Do that in the final. Turn it round.
Please.
Get your mentality back in, boys. You deserve to lift up one of these international trophies with a performance like that over the team that beat you in your home country with a crowd. We were there. I'm going to say was quite biased towards the Falcons. They quite liked it.
A little bit.
They quite liked it.
A little bit, I'd say. But I think
fans.
the narrative, Stumpy, I think the narrative of this team, Team Falcons, being the best team in the world outside of the grand final, has a lot of legs, especially after taking down the team that dismantled them in a grand final a couple of weeks ago. So that was dominant, a 7-2 finish in the last game as well. To not even think about bringing that one to Chamfield. They ran away with it, got the job done. Now they're 1 series away from getting that all-important second chance into the finals.
I mean, you love to also see the fact that when they do get beaten in the first, they then don't turn it around. So they do turn it around. They have the mentality to turn it around. They make sure that they haven't just got those awkward moments where, okay, this series, we've lost game 1. We're now done for the entirety of it. They make it different. They put their stamp on the series. BDS, on the other side of things, they are not done. They're going to be going through into round number 3. Not in the position that they want to be, but they are still going to have multiple chances to get through into our brand new playoffs bracket.
Yeah, they've really been tested as well outside or in the early stages of tournaments. So getting a match, getting that rematch against BDS right here in the round 2 of Swiss and overcoming that game 1 could do wonders for their confidence. They're certainly a confidence team. We've seen that. We've seen it, you know, their shifts or their fluctuations in performance when the pressure goes on. So every win they get, so important as we check out the Mobile One high performance replay.
I feel like runaway goals were such a story for the Falcons. They had some bangers. They had a couple of resets, the bumps from TRK in particular. I think we have to say congratulations to TRK and Monkey Moon for securing both of their 200th career LAN games. Over to Leaf now as we get an interview with one of our victors.
And now we've got Killers down here from the Falcons doing what they weren't able to do recently in EWC, but they did get the win here. So congratulations. It must feel good first off the bat, but I want to know Were you terrified or were you excited coming into this match? What was the emotion the team was feeling?
اول شيء كيلرز مبروك على الانتصار على فريق بي دي اس، وحابب اسالك انه قبل ما تفوت على هاي المباراه بما انه يعتبر يعني ريماتش لنهائيات كاس العالم، هل كان في عامل خوف ولا هل كنتم متحمسين لهي المباراه امام بي دي اس؟
هو بالعكس، اول شيء الله يبارك فيك على الفوز، وبالعكس كنا متحمسين مره ان ناخذ الريفنج من الاي دبليو سي، والحمد لله قدرنا نجيب الفوز.
First of all, thank you very much. And yeah, we were honestly very, very excited because we wanted to get revenge for AWC, of course.
That's awesome. Now, I have to ask, I'm sure you won't tell me much, but what was different this time that let you finally get the win here against BDS when they won last time?
تقدر تحكي لنا ايش اللي اختلف؟ لانه اخر مره زي ما ذكرنا تنافسوا مع بعض في النهائيات، كانت النتيجه لصالح البي دي اس، فايش اللي اختلف بهاي المباراه اللي ادى لانتصاركم عليهم؟
اللي اختلف ان في النهائي يوم خسرنا ضد بي دي اس كانت مباراه جراند فاينل، طبيعي يكون في ضغط اكثر، اما هذه المباراه كانت مباراه سويس ستيج، يعني حتى لو خسرت يمديك تعوض، مو بنفس ضغط الجراند فاينل.
So last time you were talking about the grand finals, so obviously there's going to be a big factor, a lot of stress on our shoulders, but this time around we're still in early days of the tournament. It's just Swiss, so even if we lose the game, it doesn't really impact us that much, so a lot less stress this time around.
That's fair. Well, let me talk about grand finals then. He's smiling, he knows, because there seems to be a bit of a wall when it comes to grand finals for the Falcons. Are you guys ready this time around when it comes to, in front of the audience, grand finals to finally take one?
بحكي لك انه هو يعني شبه في حاجز دائما بينكم وبين الجراند فاينلز، بينكم وبين النهائيات والكاس في البطولات. هل فكركم بهي البطوله الامور حتكون مختلفه، وهل يا ترى حتقدروا تتخطوا هذا الحاجز؟
هو احنا صح ان خسرنا نهائيين، ولكن كل نهائي نخسره نحاول نصلح الاخطاء، نتدرب اكثر، وباذن الله هذه المره ما يكون في عندنا حاجز الجراند فاينل.
So I want to say yes, we did lose not one but two grand finals before, Major 2 and EWC, but every single time we try to learn from our mistakes, try and practice as much as we can, and try to improve every single time and every single day.
Well, for you guys, hopefully this is the one. Congratulations at least on this one right now, but we do have more Rocket League, as I've said before, because I'm not lying, we have more Rocket League to end up getting to. So let's head over to K-Corp and Furia coming up next. Lots of exciting matches still to go.
Hey, Flo. Cool leg warmers.
Thanks. They're just for the bus ride to work. They're not part of the official uniform.
No tunes today?
No. My apartment was robbed last night. Took my cable-ready TV, VCR, portable cassette player.
Yep, all the latest tech.
If only Progressive had renter's insurance, like their home insurance.
Then we could bundle our cars and get the same 24/7 protection. I think we just invented that. This is the best day ever.
Well, I still got robbed.
It's still a pretty good day.
This is the opportunity, the dream that you set upon yourself. Here we go.
All right, everyone. I've heard everyone wanted to gather around and has some questions for me, and I will answer all of them. How about we start with Fiber? You're first.
G'day, mate. Just wondering if there was going to be a meet and greet.
Yeah, actually, we have 4 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and another on Sunday. So plenty of opportunities to meet the fans. Exotic, how about you?
Salut, je voulais savoir, il y a combien d'argent à gagner sur ce tournoi? Parce que je dois m'acheter une nouvelle voiture.
Oui, salut Exotic. Le cash prize est de 1.165.000. Doc, how about you? You got a question for me?
Ja, ik heb nog een vraag. Spelen alle teams in het stadion? Want het lijkt me leuk om in het stadion te spelen.
Ja, toch. Alle teams spelen voor toeschouwers. TRK, you're next.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
وش الارينا اللي بتصير فيها بطولة روكيت ليج الكاس العالم في عام 2024؟
اسمها Dickie's Arena. Jervinho, you're next.
E aí, Leaf, beleza? Muito bom ver você novamente. Eu queria saber quando que as partidas começam, porque eu não quero dormir demais, né?
As partidas começam 11 de manhã, horário local. Super Lucky, you've been very patient and excited. What question do you have for me?
Hey man, it's nice to be back here at the World Championship, and I was just wondering how many.
I'm so sorry, but can we get a translator? Someone? Anyone?
We saw 2 matches from the uppers there, G2 versus Power. Power, man, exciting. It was a back and forth affair, but G2 does get the job done. On the other side of things, BDS and Falcons, also a nail-biter, a coin flipper of a match, but the Falcons stay strong and get revenge from the EWC loss. They suffered there. They are getting hyped on the other matches, ready to go. We got 2 more matches left on the day for the World Championship. We're done with round 2 of the Swiss. How's it panning out for you so far? I'm loving it. My fantasy team's doing great. The Falcons, Twin Energy, Johnny, I believe you also. I think we're number 1 and 2 in the fantasy. Yeah, thank you. Just look at it, you know. Yeah. Yeah, we know. We know. We're trying to be modest here a little bit. The Falcons, you know, we think. That's it. The Falcons look great. It's great to see that. They've done this plenty of times before, though. It comes down to bracket stage. It comes down to that finals. And, yeah, I really want them to get the crown world champions. I want to meet the team up there. You know, get a trophy for being the best team in the world outside of grand finals. So right now, there's game with the invisible trophy. We're the best. That's how much stories. And then sometimes you get in. No, RLCS, so not going to happen. Actually, but we got 2 more upper matches to go. We've seen quite a few great games so far today, and hopefully these last 2 will be bangers as well. We can take a look at how things have looked. That they're in. The stuff we just saw, though, it was exciting. And we still last match that we might actually get a game 5 in one round. But I want to credit Power here real quick. They battled versus G2 with some fantastic goals throughout that match. Power really does feel like they're right on the cusp now of that top 8 finish, so see how they play the rest of the weekend. But here we go. 2 basically coin flip matches. Like, K-Corp is that big mystery still. We saw them in one match, but we gotta see more. And then obviously we'll end the day with Alpine versus Vitality. Obviously, when 2 European Titan clash, it's always 2 European Titans as well as the defending Rocket League champions of the world, Team Vitality, will finish out the day. But for now, let's talk about Karmine Corp versus Furia. 2 excellent stories. One, the South American champions of Furia. And then the other side of things, Karmine Corp, team that missed out on the London Major. I think they were the tournament favorites. The favorites to win the World Championship at the beginning of the season. And since then, have just not quite lived up to that hype. They were the favorites going into Copenhagen Major. They were favorites even outside of Copenhagen Major. They didn't even win that tournament, but people were still like, nah, they'll get the next one. It did not happen. The entire London split fell apart on them. But they made the World Championship because of that amazing first split that they had. So K-Corp is here, and every team knows you gotta watch out for them.
Listen, an RLCS season is a long one. You're going to have your peaks, you're going to have your valleys. Karmine Corp, I think it's safe to say they've had their valley, and they're now back on an upswing. Yeah, that man Absol right there, Johnny, coming out of Belgium. Talk to me about him.
Yeah, he's no longer a member of a team like with it. Looks like he's ready to get wet. He's brought the beach towel to the desk, so if he gets the sweatiest times we've ever seen, it's not going to be a problem. Plenty of absorption available to his left. Rise is that basically the disruptor. He's going to be moving upfield. He's going to play very close to whoever has the ball. They want those quick passes on the offensive side of the field for K-Corp, and when it works, it looks fantastic. But going into those London qualifiers, it did not work out that well. Rise did not have a great split. Evans here as well. We used to coin him the best in the world. He's dropped down a bit, maybe top 5-ish, but he can reclaim that title here.
Sure can reclaim it. And listen, back 2 years ago, Rise and Batira, they went up against a man who plays for Furia, who kind of took their World Championship hopes and threw away. They kind of did. He took it away, literally.
I was in this building as well. On the other side of things, Furia. Last time we were in Dickies, it was the story of the tournament. The match of the tournament was Furia taking out Moist in Game 7. Now 2.7 West roster sit on this Karmine Corp team. Can they do it again here in the Swiss? If you talk about aura, you have to talk here. You have to talk about they are confident. They know what needs to be done. When they go up against teams like Vitality, it feels like they're on par with them and their former world champs. It's just, can you put it together the entire tournament? We talk about their offense. It's just so incredibly threatening. But when it falls apart, their defense falls apart as well. Yeah, I mean, they've got something to prove. We're talking about Karmine Corp being the dark horse, a team that we're not really sure about. I think Fury are kind of in that same category for me because they did look like they were a big hold of the Esports World Cup. And even though they made it top 4 finish, there was that asterisk in London that Riddleston was, pretty sick that day. Vitality looked off. So would Vitality beat them like they did when the other time those two teams played? If Riddleston was a far above, we'll never know. But we got to talk about the MVP, Yan, and he gets an MVP not because of his regional play. It's when he shows up to these events. Yeah. He is the best player on the field more times than not. Yan, he has to carry them to a World Championship title.
Sure, that's how to carry them to a World Championship title. And we've seen Falcons make the grand final. We've seen Falcons. I think Falcons have just passed up Fury. I think they're neck and neck for a little while. Falcons just literally passed them. And you have way more confidence in the MENA region in getting their first major win before Sam. But Fury, we shouldn't just be overlooking them. But we do need to get them to step it up just a little bit more. This is a big match going up against the Karmine Corp team that we do have question marks about. We haven't seen KC play a team of this caliber just yet. It remains to be seen what will happen.
It's a great test for both these squads. Obviously, K-Corp, there's a lot of questions for them, but also with Furia, they have been cold. So both these teams, this feels like a litmus test of, like, are you a top 4 team or are you not? I think we're going to understand a lot more about where these two teams sit in the field of play after this match. Also fun to think about here. We have in the Swiss Abyss, we talked about each other. There's 2 places where the teams are playing. We have all 3 French squads seated in the booths right now. We have Karmine Corp on one side, Gentlemen to Vitality, and Red play each other on the other side. So that match will be happening right after this one, but get your votes in chat. Let us know who you think is going to win. Hashtag FUR, hashtag KC. I know which side you're on. Donnie, who's your pick?
I'm going to go KC here. I'm really impressed with what I saw yesterday. Coming into the event, I did have Fury and KC pretty close in my own rankings. And, KC yesterday just reassured me that they really are still at that level and with, past their blip. So I'm going to lean towards them on this one.
Yeah, I had K-Corp, a top 4 team, going into my predictions for the entire event. After hearing from players and scrim talks, K-Corp the Falcons are 1-2. So I'm going to go K-Corp.
when I say earlier, I'm pretty sure they call me top 4 guaranteed. Listen, I had the concept, I had the plan. It's going to happen right here. They're going to get another W at the moment. Take out Brazil. And they're going to keep moving along 2-0.
Army Corps, man, give me Darth Vader on this one. Give me Rise. Army Corps looking very, very strong outside of it. That is a sweep from us. There are some Furia picks outside of the other casters, though. Coin's got to save us if we're going to be able to get this one. Not a full sweep on the desk. It's going to come up Army Corps. The desk is going to go all for the blue wall. Chat. I'm not a chat as well. Chat will probably have the blue wall on the as well. Yep. I mean, the Fury's got a lot of fans, but blue wall, man, they're strong right now. I'm excited to see their team back on the land stage. We'll see if they can get a big win here. The winner of this goes to 2-0 and could possibly make it out of the Swiss 3-0 with those top seeds that will have 2 lives in the bracket that follows, folks. It's time to get into our final matches of the day. Army Corps on one side, the blue wall going up against the Jaguars, the Panthers on Furia here. Let's get into it. Gotta get loud. It's game day.
Two teams, 2 stories, 2 very different journeys, both trying to go back, though, into the Cinderella concept of can you prove everyone wrong? KC versus Furia, they looked great yesterday, but how well do they match up against each other?
That's going to be the question. Of course, there's some history here in this matchup. We know Yan versus Fatira and Rise. Of course, that one was on the main stage. This one here in the Swiss stage in the round 2 upper. We'll see how things handle between Army Corps and Furia already. KC off to a hot start. How will the blue wall fare here against this Furia squad who are looking at making more waves?
I mean, right now, we saw both of them compete yesterday. Carmine Corp, they went against SSG, got a little sweep of their own. Was very close, and I think by Carmine Corp standards, that is not quite the place you want to be at in these 1-goal games. And of course, against a team like Furia, they are shooters. They offensively, that is the name of the game. They're going to take 150 shots to your net, and 50 of those are for sure going to land. So, Carmine Corp, we're focusing on defense this time, and here comes first shot of the game. Yeah, to the backboard, tries to get a double tonight.
Lost trying to get this one in. The video, city glass back here to the cut there, just to slow down the play, and he will turn on this one quickly. But look at that from Fatira. He sees the end, he knows it's going to be quite close. Able to shut that down, get them on there for Atto, take out loss. But Trevino was a great initial shot there. Atto and Fatira able to get strong saves here from at the start. Pressure going to be a big thing, but also watch out for counterattacks. Right now, Rise low boost is most of the ball plays it close, keeping it out of Fury's hands. And that one finally gets through, but of course, Army Corps able to rotate back in time.
I do like what I'm seeing with Fury right now. Very hyper-aggressive, keeping up the same level of speed that they did yesterday. As soon as one person touches that ball, the next is right there immediately to follow. Whether the initial touch is successful or not, they're already prepped in the back of their mind for plan B. And Carmine Corp got to, start to get very aware of that very, very quickly. You saw that with Rise staying very, very deep in the third, even though it was low on boost. Same thing happening again right now. Lost around the sidewall, slowing things down. Tier 1 for the challenge. I like this from Macau. Goes to catch, wins his 50. Rise immediately up next. Slowing it down towards goal. Nothing to come through.
It's a little awkward here on the side of Furia. And there's the shot, but just off target is Atto for the first goal of the series. Now still Furia sitting back and playing that defensive half. And they are trying to look for a way to break out. They call all of Army Corp in the same spot. Now you're starting to see them rotate back on defense. But Rise, again, he's been really smart with the ball every time he's on top of it, making sure to play the 50 close instead of just sending it away. He also runs back in the section because he is kind of helping for a big in the face with their rotation. That one gets through, and Trevino's shot's going to be off target as well. The Furia plays the 50 low. There's a tip on the back end. Trevino will score. Furia in front.
This is the name of the game for Furia. They're going to follow each other up so sneaking quickly, and if you are not prepared for every single one after the other, that third one, that fourth one is going to come through and win it on the third. Furia off by 1 halfway through the game.
And then you got to give credit to Trevino there as well. I mean, a little bit extra effort. He had demo on Rise in the corner. That opens up space. He knows Fatira just up to 50, so he's going to follow up and score in the open. Again, Trevino putting in that extra effort, and it could change the dynamic here of this game if he keeps stepping up like that.
Not too bad of a look right now. Rise off the ceiling, lost control, but Fatira was right there with them. He comes right back to him, pass over to a towel. Shot on target. Great save there from Yan. Pressure's not going to let up. Fatira around the corner. That was shot opportunity. quick enough to get to it, but pressure not stopping. Although Jorginho's got other plans, he's trying to keep it going. Yeah, and finally breaks this one out of their half, but it's now very deep back. Takes it immediately. Minute 42 on the clock. Just past one. It's a slow floater towards net. Low boost on defense. Yeah, and the bailout.
I like that too because you see the defender go on for Atho. You think that now you're trying to go for floaters. He puts another shot on. And Fatira, he might play this straight to Rise, gets cleared out of the way. And Furia have been very privy to what Carmen Corp are doing. They have an answer for a counterattack goal. Furia up by 2.
It's just the speed at which they come with, and you saw it out. Even though, yes, he got the boost, he was trying to just follow the ball all the way around. Furia is so close. They play such a close, not even just man-to-man game, but ball game, and that's what's catching KC out.
So, first game has been all Furia in terms of scoring. Possession has kind of shifted left and right between these two. McCarthy Corp unable to come up with anything offensively. Let's see what happens if he's in the house here. The final minute of game 1. McCarthy Corp have nothing so far. The Fatira free ball. No one going to be able to change this one right off the ceiling. It passed the end. It was trying to see if he could free jump him, but didn't know where the ball was going. And now we see McCarthy Corp trying to hold on to that possession. Keep the ball to the north side and see if they can make something there. Ride the shot with the block away.
Right now, Furia, they're just letting Carmen Corp exhaust themselves. There's been so many moments where all 3 players are less than 20 boosts at a time for 4 or 5 seconds at a time. It's just a game of exhaustion at this point. Furia are in a comfortable lead. You mean you got 33 seconds left on the clock. Carmen Corp took the one to their backs against the wall here. And really, they don't even have ample opportunity to try and shoot at this point because Furia has boxed them into their own half for so long, it just becomes impossible to get out.
Yeah, they Furia have a great read on the play individually. They've been doing a good job of just staying on top of the ball. Now they give Carmen Corp too much space, and when they do get space, they're in very awkward positions. Now we have the final 10 seconds of game 1. Fatira will try one more time, and Mati to the top left. Still a chance here for Carmen Corp with 3 seconds to go.
It's not over until it's 0 and on the ground. And if there is a team that can come up with some sort of last-minute strat off the kickoff, we are about to see it. 3 seconds into this. Let's go.
He's on the kickoff. See, Atto hard cheap. The ball goes to Law. Strong clears downfield. But now the blue wall has to keep this one up. Can Rice get there in time? He does get a nice touch. Hold on. This might be a play. It gets in the cross. Fatira keeps this one by. And yeah, off the back wall. Wants to kill it. Don't commit though. Fatira low boost. There's no way he can keep this one up. I think he does get a piece of it. So now, yeah, we'll bring this one all over to the back wall. Double. The ball will hit the ground. Furia take game 1.
And it's not that there wasn't a chance at the end there, but it was this same pattern we had seen throughout the game. KC all on low boost. You can pop the ball up high. You can give yourself a chance, but if nobody has the means to get in the air to get around Furia, it's just going to fall back to them every single time. And I do want to note, Furia extremely equal in participation on this one, which is exactly what you want to see.
Exactly. Take a look at the one high performance replay. And again, super great start. I would say in terms of just the speed, they're getting to the ball quickly. They're eliminating opportunities for Carmen Corp to set up plays. I mean, you just hated that double commit. Was it Atto all the way back? He tries to get the movement. He can't get there in time, and Ball's able to capitalize off of that. Those are going to be big moments in the game. Carmen Corp are going to have to turn up the speed here because the World Championship teams are giving you no room for error.
No, they definitely are. But I am excited to see what the Carmen Corp response is going to be because this is not the end. This doesn't turn into some 3-0.
Means Furia, your story is written for you for the rest of the week. I would totally jump on the Furia train after that. But for now, I think if Carmen Corp can keep this in back and forth, there's good motion for the rest of the series.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, but you have to be very careful. We've seen a lot of teams open up in the World Championship, take that game 1 handily, and then they let off the gas for the rest of the series. We'll see what happens here in game number 2. Will Carmen Corp be able to make some adjustments?
I'm going to need to see quicker follow-ups on this one, and Rise is attempting to do that now off the backboard. Follow-up comes through from Vatira, just a bit slow off that one. Natal keeping the pressure going, but Furia doing the same thing. They're hyper-aware that Carmen Corp is leveling up the aggression and the speed in this one. This one centers to Rise. He's going to take the shot, and it's in! Carmen Corp going to take the opening goal.
Yeah, but you talk about that pressure at the beginning, and you start to see it. That ball gets away, so much space. Jorginho tries to pre-jump it. Loss is expecting Jorginho to get a touch, And when he sees the ball go through, just not enough time to be able to react to that one. So Karmine Corp strike first here. First goal of the game. First goal, I believe, of the series. Oh, the back-to-back goals out of KC. Vatira will pick one up right off the kickoff.
This is what I wanted, and this is exactly what they needed to do. That kickoff is, first of all, disgusting. Vatira also beat, I think it was Drafinho out at the end on that, but for Karmine Corp to go back-to-back here, this is what they need. Now, these are two very passionate teams. You can hear them screaming their heads off in the background. And Furia, they've gotten really quiet.
I just want to see if we see another bot kickoff. Because that was interesting.
I think it was like bot on Furia, all psycho mental on KC.
All right, let's see how things handle here. You're starting to see Furia get a little bit more room. That's the biggest thing. We haven't seen them with too much space to make a play offensively in game 2. Drafinho flip reset right over Vatira, who's waiting on the back wall. I like the idea. He helps keep the ball in play and really just relinquishes possession from Karmine Corp, but it's hard for a team to capitalize off of a play like that. Now they got to play a little bit of defense.
Drafinho, nice big clear. Lost is going to catch it. Low boost again for Karmine Corp. Vatira had enough to clear this upfield to a Tau. Off the backboard. Had a little bit of space, but not the control that he would have wanted to turn it into something. Instead, it's just a quick send back for Furia. Demo opens up a little bit of the field for them. But Karmine Corp, I do like what I'm seeing, are able to take this ball back a little bit more frequently, which is allowing them to hold on to that 2-0 lead for now. Potentially 3 here as a Tau tries to go over 1. Doesn't quite make his way through.
Gotta be careful here. If you are Furia, you don't want this one to get out of hand too quickly. Very methodical play here. Initially lost with the double. Oh, does he get it? No! Blocked away. Drafinho tries to follow it up, and it's in! Furia, what a play!
You can't stop them. They are going to follow every time. The crazy save. Rise's second and third touch come through, but it's a force. And unfortunately, there is nothing you can do against that.
Wow. Well done, Furia. A goal like that really brings some life back into a team. Now this one starting to heat up a bit. Lots of time left in game. See Demo on the play now. Oh, Vatira not able to get a handle around that. Lost puts that one forward. Yan was trying to look for the bump on Rise, but he recognized it, cut away the danger.
And they're still going on this one. This one fell down to Vatira actually, and he's trying to follow it, but he's getting bumped in every which way off. And Furia going all their way around the defense, but same taste of medicine goes towards them as this one heads back into the orange half, cleared off the back wall. Lost trying to keep it going, but you can see all the lurks in the background, and he might have needled his way through, and he does.
And it does have to do with a little bit of that outside pressure. Atto and Drafinho really kind of going for the boost in that corner. Even Yan went for the boost there as well. You saw Drafinho trying to go for the ball because he didn't beat Atto to that corner. And it was just a momentary lapse in judgment, just gave enough time for the shot to come through.
I mean, these are the little tiny mental games against Furia that you have to win. So the fact that Karmine Corp are winning these little moments, that's a really big deal headed into the second half of this game. Still a 2-goal lead, trying to turn it into 3 here. As Furia looks to break out of their half, they get a Demo. Clear.
He's so close.
Almost around last man, but it's still not enough.
Almost close there for the Demo. Atto trying to get to the top corner, blocked away. I like what I'm seeing. The physicality is huge here on the side of KC. They are just trying to make Furia as uncomfortable as possible and just really trying to see if they can get these little breaks and gaps in the defense and utilize them to the best. But they have to be careful, too, not to overheat. They send too many players forward. Furia can hit them with the same punch.
Exactly. This is what we saw with SSG yesterday against Furia. They had to get extremely creative with being able to get around them. And the backboard was the key part. Those were the moments where they found the most success. Unfortunately, Karmine Corp, they're in the same position where it is just all defense all the time. However, having that lead does put you in a better position in terms of these last 90 seconds or so. Yan tried to spot his teammate, but a Tau completely stops him in his tracks.
You can just, again, see, it's a speed test, but just as much of that, a lot of low boost gameplay on both sides.
It's just a slow ball right now. Lost trying to carry this one all the way down to the net. Reset forward, in between, not 1, not 2, but all 3 players of Karmine Corp.
They finally get the boost in the space. Great first touch from Lost. Got the flip. rotated his car around perfectly to place that shot. That's what Furia needed, just a little bit of room. They had to duck, dive, and dodge Karmine and then now they finally got the space to get away from the blue wall. Can they equalize this one with a minute to go?
There's plenty of time to do so, but we got to see if they can get back into that blue side. Atao trying to carry it forward. 1 minute left on the clock here. Lost past the midfield line towards Vatira. He stops it, wasting seconds that they need. And Yan's going to go for the challenge on it. Loses it, but the follow-up comes through. Big Demo opened it up, but he couldn't get past last man.
And that clear is so incredible from Atto. He does it with low boost all the way downfield. That's going to really cut Fury. You can tell they are trying to hit Karmine Corp with a lot of quick pressure, get the demo play in, and make it to a point to where Karmine Corp aren't going to be able to adjust when the shot comes through. But KC's defense has been strong. 30 seconds to go here. They're still in the lead.
Vatira carrying it down low, tried to get under Yan. Atao's gonna have to finish it. Doesn't make any connection on that ball, which means Fury do have a small opportunity here. It is low boost though, which means Jorfinho's gonna have to force as last man, but the clear comes through. 10 seconds on the clock. One last play if they can get a touch on this ball, but Rise is gonna take it away. He's taking the hope away, but Jorfinho says no. Up towards the ceiling. This one's down. It's still in play. Yan tries to take the shot, and it hits the ground. Karmine Corp take their win.
But by the skin of their teeth there, that was almost an equalized game. You saw it, that last second shot, if it's just placed a little bit more to the right, a little lower to that top right corner, that one probably goes in. We could still be playing on. I like what I saw from Karmine Corp out the initial jump, but you can tell Furia were definitely aware, okay, we are making a little bit more mistakes here. Karmine Corp have increased their pace of play. Okay, so how do we match that? And then you see Furia, okay, we know we're not getting a lot of room. Let's get some room. They're able to get some passes in transition. This was an absolutely phenomenal play. And Lost individually got Furia back into that one. 1 assist, 1 goal. It just wasn't enough because Karmine Corp, they played punch for punch, and they took their opportunities where they got them.
And you do have to remember, sitting behind all 3 of those players is Farah. I'm sure he prepared them for every possible scenario, whether you're in a lead or trailing behind, how to get back into it against any and every team, right? There are very aware that Furia's game is shoot, shoot, shoot as much as you can. Just extend that lead until it's almost impossible to catch up. But this time, defense has been the thing that is keeping them in such a lead. If KC can find their lead early on and just play a very nice, clean defensive game throughout the rest of it, it almost turns into this easy win.
Gotta keep eyes there on KC for the kickoffs. They are using them just to try to get past, get those early goals. We know they have preparation for that. Furia done a good job at least making sure it doesn't get too out of hand. Game 3 here now, and honestly, the way this one's going, both teams still kind of locked in. No one really giving up too much ground here. This will be a big moment and almost a big goal from Vati, but Lost was there to deny.
That was a really slow follow-up from Atao too. I would have wanted him to be a little bit quicker to that one. It would have been a little bit more reminiscent of Game 2, but instead this is looking like Game 1 vibes from them, and Fury are recognizing that. They're going to try and clear it forward.
See Atao here on the ball. Haven't really seen Atao with just enough freedom in the midfield. Normally he's really good at being able to create plays, setting things up, but he hasn't been able to get that space, and that's really big credit on Furia, making sure they always have someone up and on top of the ball making a challenge.
This one down to Vatira, misses it, leaves it for Rise actually. I think Rise just had a better chance of trying to clear it out, although it is getting stopped in their half, finally past mid.
Yeah.
3:54 on the clock here. Fury are going to try and get back into that blue side here as this one pops up to the sky. We're going to see who's going to be the first to get the touch on it. It's Vatira, and Atao tries to make the beat, but Jorfinho just quicker.
Seeing Furia once again just fight their way through that midfield. Lots of touches in favor of their teammates. Jorfinho pass to Lost, light touch again. He's been really good at being able to control that ball when he needs to get around it, either set up a flip or really either play a 50, pull out a defender. And now we're seeing Fury with some space in the air. Yan's gonna let that hit the ground, and Lost tries to follow it, but the shot's just not good enough.
I'm starting to get nervous for KC too. This is a massive clear right here because all 3 players were less than 30 on the tank and defending against Furia, and Furia recognized that. So now they're all back in it. Atao makes the save, keeps this one out, tries to flick it forward. He does. Vatira next to the backboard.
Another shot comes through. Lost able to send that one over to the side. You got to be really careful here if you're Furia. They are gaining a lot of freedom there in the midfield, but Karmine Corp's counterattacks have been strong. good on Jaffinio. He had just enough boost to make that initial stop. He misses that, it's a goal.
Not too bad. This one back up. Yan's trying to catch it there, but Ital, nice big clear back. Jaffinio completely catches everyone off guard. He sneaks his way on in, just waits to catch this one, and the demo in the mid, it just all is a recipe for success.
We saw him do that in game 1. He took out Rise in the corner, able to turn around this time. Vatira is the victim, and Furia able to get a goal again because of it.
Off the kickoff, this one back. Karmine Corp now trailing by 1 in the second half of this game here. Equalized in the series is not a bad place to be, but next winner claims match point, which is a whole new level of pressure if Karmine Corp get placed back against the wall. And this one on target, I do gotta say, for Furia defensively, they've looked a lot stronger against some of these better shots from Karmine Corp.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has definitely leveled up. They've stopped the bleeding that we saw a little bit in game 2. We're just leaving kind of gaps in the defense. And that first goal does kind of give them some leeway. On the side of Karmine Corp, been a bit of a struggle controlling the ball here. And now we see Furia just getting those pass plays as they try to move upfield.
Not too bad. Jaffinio past 1. Around the corner, Vatira just waiting for him. And Furia quick to the ball, get the first touch on it, and get back into that blue side there, but it feels a little bit more disconnected. Now Ital takes it away. Didn't get the bump on Yan to let that one float on through, but Rise keeps it going. Off the sidewall, follow-up from Vatira, completely denied, sent back, and Yan gonna try and beat out Ital, but it's just a little bit too awkward to do anything with.
This is really rough here on the side of KC. Furia are just all over the ball, not giving them any room to breathe. But if you're Furia, this is exactly what you want. You want Karmine Corp to have low shot opportunities. You want to be able to be the one that is peppering the net. You saw a little bit of that from Lost there. Rise has no shots. Lost has 6. That's just kind of showing a little bit how polarizing it's been from both teams.
And that's exactly what I was talking about before we even got into this. Furia, they play the shootout game. It's quantity over quality for them. And even then, if you're shooting 100, like 99 are pretty decent shots. But same can be said for Karmine Corp. Rise sends this one to the backboard, tries to make the angle on it, doesn't find it, no follow-up to come through, and KC have to try again.
They're still trying to make this work. It's just been really, really tough for them. Loss wants to get that mid. Addo, good touch there. Rise is up picking up a demo. This could be great here for Karmine Corp. They got to get this one midfield. There's a little bit of weapons in mid. I don't know. He can't put the shot on. That was rough. Jaffinio, wow, pre-jumped that save and got there in time. It's final 30 seconds. The blue wall's knocking on the door. Furia's doing everything they can to stop them, but it's getting close. Too close for comfort.
It's not stopping here either. Rise still going. Vatira's throwing himself this ball, but however, all 3 players are cheated up past the mid right here, and Furia is recognizing it. They're getting close, and they're through. 12 seconds on the clock. Karmine Corp equalize.
And you could just see the blue wall rising step by step. It was only a matter of time. Furia just could not get the ball out, and Karmine Corp took advantage. Strong, consistent pressure, and it's anybody's game with 12 seconds left.
Off the kickoff, this one goes back. A Tau to clear. 9 seconds on the clock on this one. Yan over to Jaffinio, and it still goes in Furia's favor. Shot on target, denied, but the follow comes through.
Pressure again from Furia. Great challenge from Jaffinio. Begets the initial beat. Addo has to make a diving save. He can't recover, and Yan closes the gap. 1 second to go. Karmine Corp is going to need some kickoff magic here. Otherwise, we go to game 4 with Furia on game point. Match point, I should say. That one will hit the ground. And Furia up 2-1 in the series.
This is Furia. This is them. This is emotional Rocket League, and when they feel it, they just build on it. And there was the moment that we talked about when KC finally found their way on in. You could feel just this immense amount of pressure build up that finally broke Furia down. The difference is Furia doesn't have to do that to score on KC. It just happens in an instant like this.
And here we go. There's a chance for Yan to stun Rise and Vatira again. This is building up to be something electric. Even when you think about it, it comes down to the final few seconds of that game. Karmine Corp, who just scored with 12 seconds to go. They had the pressure, they had the momentum, everything resets there off the kickoff, and then they just let it slip through their hands, and now they've got to play with their backs against the wall in this series.
And this is a very familiar situation for KC as well. They played SSG yesterday. All 3 of those games were 2-1 scorelines. So they've been in this situation before. However, they were on the flip side of things of it. They were the ones winning. So now it's in Furia's hand. This is where they were yesterday. It's very, very comfortable. Yes, whatever. However, we're all waiting to see, how does KC respond?
Here we go. Game 4 on your screen between Furia and Karmine Corp. Presented by Progressive, of course. Let's see how things shake up. Can Karmine Corp, I mean, that one has to be heartbreaking for them to drop there towards the end, but they have to remain focused.
Oh yeah, it's an emotional blow when you lose something like that, especially when you thought you kind of found momentum and you lose it not in the last minute or 30 seconds, you lose it in the last 5. So now they're trying to get back into things here. That one off the backboard, no follow-up comes through. It's just a doink back towards blue. And 30 seconds into this one, Furia, they're trying to break into their half. I got to give props to Karmine Corp. They're doing a great job of not getting boxed in.
Yeah, Furia have to make sure they're not the ones, because we saw that. It's all just really about making sure, again, getting those boost grabs. And that's really it. The off-ball plays have been making such an impact this series. Can Furia get around that? As I say that, Rise takes out Yan in the back end. That's going to slow things down. And look at all that space given to them as well. Now Karmine Corp can just play the back and forth game. And Yan doesn't even get any freedom with that. He goes up for it, instantly blocked that way.
So much anticipation as well from Furia. They know that Karmine Corp are going to try and play a lot more of an aggressive game. You see the demos coming out right now in front of your faces, but Furia aren't fazed by it at all. Rise, he's just trying to take everybody off the field, clear some sort of a path, but it just is not enough. And that, again, that just comes from Furia's great level of anticipation on every single play that comes their way. This one almost found its way through. Instead, it's a slower attempt from Furia.
Chance here. See Rise playing that one straight, goes straight to loss. Strong clearance downfield. Vatira light touch to Atto, does get there, won't be able to get a follow-up. So now it's Vati again with another 50. Karmine Corp went pretty far back though to rotate out, and it does give a little bit more room to Furia. Vatira uses all of his boost and hit that one to the back wall. Just again, buying Karmine Corp a little bit of time as it just goes back and forth, 1-2, 1-2. Furia keeping that one on the goal line, but Vatira able to knock it away, pick up boost. He's buying so much time for his team there, and Addo able to get a good challenge.
And they're trying to get back too, but the way that Karmine Corp is positioned right now, if Furia gets past one member, it's almost a little bit too easy to get past to the next at that point. And this is a pattern I've been seeing a lot throughout this game, but finally, nice big clear comes through. Rise to collect that big boost as well. Off the ceiling, down, the pass, but no connection on it. Instead, Vatira tries to make the bottom 90. 2 players from Furia keep it out, and Karmine Corp, you just gotta keep taking the shots.
Yeah, I mean, we see that they are able, if they get that consistent pressure, they will find success. Just a matter of time now, but they also have to be privy to the counterattack. Vatira, strong 50 there. Yan was on it, and now Lost just getting there first, trying to get Atto out. Karmine Corp looking for their right moment to move downfield. Rise, got the double, light touch, but Trufinho able to get there and Lost. Big clearance as they move downfield. Now Karmine Corp have to slow down Furia.
Furia is going up next. Here comes Yan around the corner. Vatira to slow things down. He's gonna take it back. Atao and Rise are both very low on boost, which means this is solo play territory here. Trufinho takes it back towards mid, but Rise stops in his tracks, and Atao, you see him lurking. He carries it down to it, takes the shot, and in.
They didn't know Rise was low on boost there on the play. He hovers close to the ball, gets that one past Yan, leaves it for Atto, and he just has to place it perfectly. Lost knew that could have been going there to his left side, but it just didn't have the reach to get there.
It's just perfect communication in that moment too. Rise telling him, I'm low on boost. We're gonna have to some sort of way find each other off this, and they're gonna try it again. Rise goes for the double, doesn't find the angle off of it, but 90 seconds on the clock, 1 goal on the board. It's a great position to be in right now.
Yeah, that's right. Especially on that last play, probably just calls faking there, and Addo just creeps up, waits for his moment to shoot. Will they get another chance at that? They are getting a lot of room here in that midfield. Vatira, light touch, forces the double commit. Yan goes up so Lost can get the corner. And Addo, he won't be able to cut for this one, so he'll just leave it for Rise. Play that one on the back wall, but a little bit of space here. Looking dangerous, but Fury, they're not pouncing. They're giving so much room to Karmine Corp.
There was hesitation from Lost as well. There was an opportunity for him to have snuck his way on in, and he waited, and now they got to try again. Drafinho to Lost. Lost to the bottom 90, but he goes off the post. The follow, though, goes in, and Furia tie up the game.
You can see it building. They get the pass here. Lost, even though the shot's not on, they still have a follow-up. Addo couldn't make contact, so yeah, gets a free one. There's no boost for KC in the net, so he puts it to the top left. Great shot. Furia not done yet. They could end this series right here.
47 on the clock. Furia want to break back in. This is what they looked like in game 1 against Karmine Corp as well. They gave them no space. Very, very low boost and low opportunity to get out of their own half, and they're doing it again here. Vatira once out. Tries to carry it down. You saw the demo in the back, but there's no follow-up to come through, which means Furia can clear out.
30 seconds to go here. Free ball in the midfield. Rise will be the one to get the first touch. Drafinho, no boost, and he didn't get the challenge. He's going to be out of the play for a while. He's not even going to go for that corner, too. He's going to flip all the way back, but Lost able to get some control, and now you see Drafinho waiting in midfield. Can Yan get it to him? Final 10 to go. We could be seeing overtime here if this play dissolves.
4 seconds to go. This one to the ceiling. Who's going to be the first to touch it? It's Rise. Yan just sends it off away from the vicinity of the net. Furia wants this ball down. Karmine Corp say no, and it's still going in play.
Rise, light touch. Will there be a follow? There will. Lost will kill it. And we have overtime. Tension in game 4. Karmine Corp trying to force a game 5, but Furia just not letting them. We play on.
Off the back. Rise to slow down, tries to get past one. Atau, no touch on that ball, which means Furia spot an opportunity to go through. Vatira's gonna stop it in its tracks, but Lost is still coming through the defense, and he's in! Furia take down Karmine Corp!
Furia take the win in 4. What a shot there from Lost to finish the job. He played so well throughout the entire series, but Furia as a unit pushed the blue wall down, and they are going to move on to round 3 undefeated so far at the World Championship.
There really is nothing you can do against a Furia that is playing like this, because it's not that you're playing bad, they just are playing better than everybody else right now. Their follow-ups against each other are so disgustingly consistent and quick that you do not even have time to prepare to rotate fast enough against that, and you can just feel the emotion in the building. They look so happy and excited, and I mean, my heart goes out to KC. Like I said, they didn't play a bad game by any means. They just got outpaced.
Outpaced and outplayed. Well done to Furia. I mean, you could see moments here and there, but again, it just really does come down to the team composition. Everybody stepping up. Drafinho getting a lot of big demos in the back end, but also the way when he was on the ball, being able to control it, move it around. Karmine Corp, even when they were under a lot of pressure, their defense did still hold up. They didn't let in anything easy. It took a lot for Karmine Corp to be able to score. As we take a look at the final highlights here, and it's something that Karmine Corp are going to have to unfortunately look back and learn from. This series delivered on a crazy level, and Furia get the win. Standing by is Yan with Leaf.
And we got Yan down here with only 2 matches to go. They take the second to last victory. Congratulations. It was against the blue wall, which, I mean, always just holds such a terrifying name to itself. Did you feel that pressure when playing against them?
Foi a mais na última vitória. Você sentiu, pegou pressão contra eles ou não?
Ah, pressão sempre tem, querendo ou não, contra qualquer time. Mas a gente veio com o nosso estilo de jogo, a gente estudou como é que eles jogavam e a gente aplicou no jogo e deu certo. A gente ganhou.
I think pressure, like